As alarms ring out throughout the city of Qualis, you can hear billowing horns in the distance, high amongst the trees. You guys have quickly made your way to find Nico deep within the roots of this massive Elreath tree, standing in the presence of an individual, a Catharian, clad with gray and blue feathers. Question for the party before we get too far into this. You did leave one guard unconscious. What would you have done with that guard before you made your way into
Kill
the
children. Kidding.
You may not want to let Dran make that decision for all of you.
I don't know. Sounds like a good idea.
Dranikin.
Yes. There need to be t-shirts with that on it.
Dranikin or Darth Dran?
So what would you guys would have done? I guess Nico would have been already in the root system, so he wouldn't be able to make a decision based on this. This would be up to the other four who were upstairs.
How many other civilians are left? Like people who were like gathered to protest and were being accosted by the guards.
Oh, as soon as Gunfire started going nuts, they were dispersing like just screams of terror and just running as far as they could away from any of this conflict. So by the time this is all said and done, there's like a few dead bodies lying around of not only the guards that you guys destroyed, but probably a few of the civilians as well. But everyone else is kind of just cleared out. You can hear those billowing horns in the distance, like as it appears that something is going wrong, and other guards have probably heard the gunfire and everything, and could be coming to investigate at any moment. So you
Could we have like tied him up? Or go?
Oh, you could. Yeah, you don't have much time. You only have a few. It's probably like a really snap decision here between the group.
I say we kill him or just
Stash him in
leave.
a closet. Oh, that too.
Oh.
Tie him up and singe his feathers.
Whatever we're doing, you need to do it fast.
All right, I take some clothes nearby and I restrain him. Then I take my lightsaber and I kind of give him a little trim to make it a very bad mullet.
Give him a bad haircut.
I've seen good mullets.
That's a
before, but
conflict
this is
point.
bad mullet.
Yes, that is definitely a conflict point.
Yeah, I kind of agree. You go ahead and take a point of conflict. That's you don't do that to the poor bird people, no matter how cruel they are. No matter how cruel they are.
Worse than
Worth it.
just awesome two
We're all
people
like,
who are-
Dren did a thing, but you crossed the line.
Yeah, took it way beyond that limit.
Take,
Way beyond Dren's line.
you add one mullet point to your character sheet.
Alright, I took a conflict point, but it was worth it.
It was worth it. One mullet point. I can't.
One mullet point. Wow, that was exciting. Do you take the feathers that you sheared off to make like a boa or anything, Yeska?
Oh no,
Okay, I'm just
that would be tacky.
okay. I'm just
Won't go that far.
we'll stop with the mullet.
We'll
I
stop
guess,
with
right?
the mullet. Yeah.
Yep.
Good call. Good call. Good call. Yeah.
Okay, so fast forward a little bit of time after this happened. You guys rush down via comm link. Nico kind of guides you down, and you notice that by the time you're like halfway down, oh gosh, I lost his name.
Was it Adriav? The one who's
Adrian, that's it.
Yeah,
Yes,
Adrian.
Adrian.
Adrian!
Yeah. How could I forget that? I mean, seriously. Adrian, on the back of a Tarvix, makes his way and meets you guys halfway, and then guides you the rest of the way so that you were able to meet. It was really complicated finding this place. You get the idea that this section of the routes has kind of either been forgotten about or just no one ever really cares to come here anymore. It's kind of like a very deep back alley, so to speak, of the city. And you are standing in front of the individual that you come to know is Pathrin Helshar. And he invites you into this small, secluded, like, little space that has a couple crates set up that he's just kind of using as benches and seats and tables and things. And Adriab makes his way in as well with you all. And he sits down and says, basically looks at you all and says, well, it won't be long now.
Won't be long till what?
Well, the guards, they'll be all over the city on high alert.
Seems like if we want to make an attack or make any sort of peace here, we're going to have to talk to the Jedi directly. And soon.
I've heard whispers. I've heard whispers around the city that more Jedi have come.
Well, I'm sorry to report there's no Jedis left.
He looks at you kind of suspiciously, Tizo, as like, are you a Jedi?
I am not.
I meant to clarify earlier. We're trainees. We're kind of interns.
Listen,
We're Force sensitive, but we're not Jedi.
We don't have the rank of master, you know.
as you guys say this, there's a little disappointment on his face. As he's like,
Nico's
then-
like, oh.
Can I speak to your
word,
manager?
a word. He looks back at you and looks at Adriab as well, and it's just, word spreads very quickly here in Koalas. It seems that you were able to fell a whole squadron of the Reeve's guards. Despite not being Jedi, despite not being masters, I feel like you have all earned my trust. You've been able to stand up to them. I've been afraid to.
It also appears, as I was telling you earlier, that we may have a connection to this Jedi's master. We believe we have a way that we can get through to him and perhaps make him change his heart.
It could be possible, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'd much rather see him destroyed.
That's understandable.
He's brought nothing but pain, corruption, and heartache to our people. Power should be restored to the Helshar family. My mother.
Fair enough. It stands to reason, though, that we wouldn't be able to do much without gaining some sort of counsel with him, at least. And we were told to come to you to see if we can at least get in that office.
I can get you into the office, but it won't be to council.
If you get us in, we'll take care of the rest.
Please, mind you, this is going to This is going to cost the lives of many Cytherians. We can get the guards away from the mansion. We can make it easier for you to get in. I don't believe any of us are strong enough to take on the Reeve. Even if we got there. We've been waiting on a moment like this for a long time. It seems that something or someone has guided you here to help us. Everybody can make a vigilance check if you'd like. This is going to be a difficulty of 2 purple dice.
And I've got a boost for that.
I don't understand that. Oh, I do understand it now. Just kidding. Wait, no, I don't understand that. How did I get a...
A triumph counts as success.
But usually it doesn't show a success.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it updated. The
Try and see it
API
now.
updated or something.
Oh, okay.
Oh maybe the API updated to show the success. That's good. Yeah, cool. Okay, so the threat is going to be that when you guys are kind of in this situation, you're kind of making Christie's face right now. You're giving that very suspicious looking look, kind of like the "Do I trust this?" face. So, and it's clear that you're giving him.
I feel so cold out.
I was like, how do I best describe it? There we go. I found it. So it's kind of like you guys, those of you that have threat on your roll, are kind of like looking with squinted eyes towards this Cytharian. And he can tell. It's like, okay, yeah, I know, I get it. You don't trust me. This is what I'm going to say anyway. Those of you that rolled successes on your checks, especially with a triumph, well, those of you that succeeded, know that he's being honest, and he's telling the truth for what you guys can tell. The second thing that you gain on the success is that he's being truthful on... You have a feeling like he doesn't know exactly how many people are on his side. Because this is still like a very like quiet thing, and it obviously hasn't been brought to anybody's attention yet, in fear that it would get like crushed before it became anything. So you have a slight suspicion that he probably has people loyal to him, but he probably doesn't know the exact number based on the situation. And the triumph leads you to believe that he told you that he was the son of basically the elder of the Helshar family, which is one of those 2 rivaling families that were causing the conflict in the first place. So he represents only 1/2 of basically the two major families of this place. And that's kind of like the insight that you guys get from just having this conversation at this point.
The other family a risk that they could, use this opportunity to try to...
Is Dran saying this out loud?
Yeah.
Okay. The Tumorous family, they're too afraid of how Marcolf might respond if we don't succeed. I'm sure that if they saw us winning, they would back us up. But it's going to take they're going to have to see a lot of the Cytharians that are loyal to Gel Marcolf go down before they lift a finger or lift a Diro to help us out.
Makes sense.
In the event that we perhaps succeed in taking Markov down, what would be the nature of governance in this town afterwards?
Well, I'm not 100% sure. But I believe that by stepping up, being willing to take the risk, being willing to carry the banner for all the Sitharians here in Qualis, that honor should go back to my mother, and the Helshar family should be at rule.
And where is your mother now?
She resides in her home, high in the tree, but unfortunately not as high as the mansion. The Reeves Manor sits at the pinnacle of the city.
So just so I'm understanding this out of character, it is the Helshars versus the
Tumorous.
Tumorous, and they are both against Markov. Okay.
Yeah, neither of them like Markov. You're getting the idea that. You're also getting the fact that both of the elders are afraid to do anything against him, because if they don't get rid of him somehow, Markov is crazy enough that he could like basically just do something drastic to them. And they're afraid of the retaliation. But the son is, you got the idea, the son is sick and tired of it.
Yeah. Perhaps it will stand to reason that once this is settled, we could perhaps have counsel amongst the two families. That is, if we don't die from this.
I feel if Markov is out of the picture, it would be difficult. But some sort of council among the families I don't see as a bad idea. The problem is we've got one problem that stands in our way. And that's the goon Markov. And all of his loyal compatriots. You want to call them that. I'm embarrassed to call them Sitharians. Hey, Victoria Brown, thanks for the subscription. You rock.
I look to the rest of the groups and I say, so what do you say, folks? Are we gonna muffle the Markov?
Let's
I
take
think
down
that
the
is the plan.
dictator.
Too bad we can't bring the Phoenix for fire support, you know?
I mean, it's not yeah.
What, like fly in and just shoot his
I
mouth
mean-
on top of the tree?
Shoot the mansion a little bit, you know?
A little bit. They can rebuild.
The problem with that is you guys remember coming in and there was like, it was so hard to navigate through
Like
these
2 days
streets.
in the jungle, right? It was like real bad.
Yeah, it was rough.
Probably the only vehicle that you guys have currently that may, like, this much have a chance is the one that Tizo brought.
Not even perhaps the land speeder?
The land speeder would be extremely difficult to drive along. That's why you haven't seen anything like it here. You've seen the Tarvexes.
I would also
Yeah.
think that the name would imply a disqualification for going up trees. Land.
Yeah.
Here's what you do. You find a really nice ramp tree and you just launch
Ideally,
Previously on
yes.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeet the vehicle into the mansion.
just like crashing.
Yeah, yeet.
Nico, like, hanging out the side window of it.
I'm not gonna lie, Nico is probably planning out this whole idea as an option.
That's
Option yeet is the option.
Option yeet.
That's plan yeet.
Plan yeet. Plan yeet is a backup plan.
That's so
Fair.
awesome.
All right.
So Yeska is going to turn to Mr. Helshar and ask him, so you think for sure you can get us up to this mansion?
I can.
Because if
I
you
can
can get us up there, it's no problem. We can take care of this.
Adriev here will guide you up. My plan is to mobilize my forces. We'll meet the guards head on. When the alarms sound, many of the guards will vacate and leave it wide open for you guys to make your way. The problem with this plan is I'm going to need till tomorrow, probably about afternoon. So he's thinking it's going to take about 12 hours to get word around that this is taking place throughout the city. So that way he knows he has everybody ready to go.
So I don't suppose you can hide us for 12 hours.
You're welcome to stay here.
You don't think they'll come down this far?
They haven't at this point. I
Okay.
think we're pretty safe here. Adriev looks at Adriev, and I'm sure you could probably stay at near where they keep the Tarvexes, if you prefer that lodging.
Wait, isn't that where the first issue started? I don't know if that's a good idea.
I apologize. I saw something in chat, and it just made me. I just lost it. I lost it. Many Bothans died to bring us this.
Sorry, I can't always contain the jokes, but so I try to put them in chat.
It's all right. It was awesome.
And then
It's
it
so good.
slips through.
Raven, what were you saying something, or was it Christy asking a question?
No, that was both Raven and Christy being like, wait,
Yeah.
isn't that where
the
most of the
last fight
shit,
happened.
like the fight happened?
It's
like,
you guys were up a couple levels. That was where the pillar of the ancient,
but
the
the
ancestors were.
vicinity is the same.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. You're basically would be in like the downtown area of the city if you go up there. But
Nico would ask, in the time that we're in hiding, what will happen to the rest of those civilians?
I can't answer that for sure. But the quicker we put this plan into motion, the quicker we put the Reeve out of order and out of leadership, the quicker these citizens will be safe. Many Sitharians have already died at the hands of the cruel Reeve.
Such a shame.
As
I
Yeska
think
stops
this plan
laughing
is,
and then turns around. It's like,
I think this plan is a good one.
I agree.
Let's find a place to hide ourselves, and we'll wait until you have gathered enough people to make this frontal assault to distract, so we can slip in and take care of your problem.
right. If you are okay with it, we will go ahead and work on it. We'll go ahead and get started right away. But I must warn you, once I set Adriev to start sending word throughout the city, there will be no turning back now. We have
Well,
to
in
be
that case-
very careful.
In that case, you all got any scrap metal? Looks like you're gonna need some weapons. I'm gonna pull out my little Omni tool.
He he looks at you with a little smirk on his beak, if that's possible, and then casts a look over at Adriev, and Adriev kind of smiles back, and then kicks a crate, and the lid falls off of it, and there's it's piled full of weapons.
Nice.
What kind of weapons?
Mainly, it looks like there's some blaster rifles in there. There's some blaster pistols, and there's some Deros. Some of those spike things that they use to stab and inject poison into people, made from that bamboo they have.
Yeah.
It looks like much of this has been confiscated off of it's either been stolen from guards or and they do look very similar to the guns that were fired against you when you guys fought the group of guards before.
Do I see if there's any way to kind of like amplify some of these weapons, kind of give them a better fighting chance?
You can attempt to maybe modify one.
I could help with that as a gadgeteer.
Yeah, just make sure. I want to give them the best fighting chances possible.
Okay. Do you have the rule book in front of you or anything of that?
Yes.
If you want to go ahead and like look for like a specific mod for just a few moments, and then let me know like exactly what you want to try. We can go ahead and work that out. And in this like 12 hours of downtime, you could indeed work on maybe customizing it a little bit or modding it a little bit. Dran, you look like you have a question mellowing in your mind.
Does anyone look like they need to be patched up after our latest battle?
Oh, good
Good question.
I have a
You
scratch
guys are all
on my forehead.
No, I'm good.
I'm good.
I think you
I have
guys are,
one strain.
and you're all full on strain at the start of this session. So you
Oh,
guys
right.
Are, yeah.
So yeah, I'm good.
Cool. Wow, that battle went well.
Apparently.
I mean, I got hurt really bad on my forehead. Like, it's really bad.
If anybody
Technically, it's a war wound, so we're in the middle.
There we go.
I think you guys already were you guys able to heal there was one person that still had a critical injury last time,
I definitely
I
still
think.
one, but it's
I
gonna go
think it was Yeska.
I think you have a week before you can try again, right, Dran, on yours?
Yeah.
Because I tried and failed.
I think somebody healed Yeska's last time, I believe.
Yeska should
I
be
think that's
straight.
Oh, yeah.
I think Jessica, one of them healed.
Mhm. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, if anybody needs to
can I-
heal, you guys can make a check to heal Nico's head wound from smacking his head off of that thing at the end of last.
Oh, right!
The tunnel run
Yeah.
there at the end.
Tunnel run.
Forgot
I
about
thought
that.
he was joking.
Almost took his head off.
Yeah.
They're like decapitated themselves. Major concussion.
What's the difficulty on that?
I think I only took one wound from that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
what
you're
is
not-
the difficulty on like
this one was
just
a concussion.
base healing like that? That's a good
I
question.
think it's just one on the.
One?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's not
yeah.
even.
'Cause
It's
you're
not
not
an
even
proper
halfway.
injury.
Yeah, that's one.
I want to make it look like
I
it
don't have my,
really
book with me.
hurts.
I'm
I'm
gonna
going to put both hands over it, and you're going to see
We're
a
gonna
single
milk it.
tear. Yes. There we go.
Ooh.
Hey, there's our
Doc
doctor.
actually did a good job.
Yay,
Yeah.
we did
Who would have thought?
it!
Actually,
Finally using your
Alright.
He
medical
finally
degree.
did it!
Look at
You're
that.
the doctor!
You only had
Um,
one wound. Was it one
yep.
wound? Okay, so he cleaned you up, and if you had, well, you guys didn't have any strain, so you guys wouldn't have to worry about the.
But he gives me a lollipop afterwards, and I feel real good afterwards.
Definitely.
Bedside manner, yeah.
And my
Um,
med pack for like 3 years, so.
Oh,
I found out
stale
what I would.
lollipop.
I found out what I would give them if I could upgrade it. A hammer drum. I think both me and Dran have this ability. It adds 1 pierce, but it puts a setback. So it fires harder, but it's harder to aim.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, is that what you want to mod on?
Yeah.
I would say you probably can do you could probably do 2 of them if you'd like.
Could
But
I
that
help him
would-
out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can give him a
We both-
boost on his check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
can I spend some time in a training montage helping them to know how to use their weapons and maybe like have like a drawn
Better
map on the
command.
sand?
The problem with that, are you trying to talk to like the Sitharians, or are you talking to your friends here in this group?
I think
the
he's trying to
Safari.
build up the troop. It's like a
See,
Mulan
yeah,
thing.
See, but the thing is, like, it's only Helshar and Adriav there. They're not like
Oh.
you got the
Most of the armies are
idea that they're afraid to assemble because they'll just be wiped out. So
Right,
right.
they've been waiting and banking on this very moment.
Gotcha.
Everything
think you
hinges
should-
on you.
Like a First Amendment that says
No pressure though.
No
the
pressure.
First Amendment should say you can say whatever you want and you can gather together.
Yeah, I will lend Nico my gadgeteer tinkerer's tools so you can have that boost.
I love that good feeling. Touching those gadgets that I love using so
Don't
much.
break it. Don't break my
Um,
shit.
I am totally good
Or
at
I'll
this
break
thing.
you.
Totally
Here's
shatters the window.
what I'm gonna do. Also, the difficulty on these checks are gonna both be 2 purple dice.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna spend a dark side point, and I'm gonna upgrade
Rude.
the
Of
difficulty
course you are.
because some of these weapons are damaged and
okay.
scavenged, so it might make it a little bit more difficult for you to kind of put it together.
To work through it.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Here's what I'll do because you specifically said damage
Mhm.
and their technology. Unless these are, well, I should probably clarify. Are any of these devices like non-technological? Are they just like nature weapons? 'Cause I won't be able to do anything to that.
The Deros are, so you wouldn't be able to do anything with those. But the blaster pistols and the blaster rifles look like they've been imported.
Then I will use my force ability to mend any mechanical weapons that are damaged.
Is this a sequence where you guys are gonna watch Nico like caressing these guns?
Oh, God.
The gun whisperer.
There's a line there that I'm gonna hold my tongue, Michael. You can't do that to me and expect Chrissy to stay PG. That's not fair. That's not fair.
No, it's
I'm gonna
Nico,
mute myself.
Nico
I
gets a big armful of these weapons and says, "I'll be in my bunk."
Oh God.
I apologize, Christy. This episode has taken a very, very, very dark turn. Lip, why don't you go ahead and yes, you can.
I can do the
that.
same thing.
Is it the where you have to roll the force die
I put
first, or you just put
I
it
will
right
put
in?
the force in the
Okay.
regular roll.
You got it.
All right, so so that's 2 purple and 1 force, and then I'll do my mechanics because that is a mechanics check, right?
Yeah, and don't forget, Raven is helping you, so you do have a
Oh,
boost.
and a blue die.
Mhm.
Yep. Okay. Lots of things happening. Here we go. Oh, you upgraded it too. See, I was about to screw myself. There we go. Now mechanics. Oh, a wash and a dark.
Okay,
How many blank die?
here's what you get to do. You get to make a choice. You can modify these weapons. You most certainly can, but you have to use that dark side point to do it.
And that would give me conflict points, right?
It would, in fact, yes.
I'm definitely in the private sector with these guns, kind of looking at it, and you just kind of see a montage of him kind of like grabbing the shoulder of Dr. Dran, and I keep on saying, do the right thing, and then it just kind of gets to the point where I radio over saying, do it. And I'm going to use the dark point to actually heal these weapons.
All right. I'll say with that one rule, you can modify the 2 weapons, your choice, whether it be a blaster pistol or blaster rifle, your decision. So, but you do suffer 1 conflict point, and you suffer a point of strain to do that.
You see that he comes back out with his tentacles disheveled and a bunch of weapons, and he says, "It's been done." Give it back.
Is anyone in this group?
don't
Would
want
anyone
to
in
know.
this group benefit from any of these customized weapons, or would you?
Oh
you
yeah,
guys...
I could do it for you all too. If anybody doesn't have an upgrade, me and Dr. Dran already have that.
I upgrade my own weapons as a gadgeteer. I'm good. I've got mine covered.
Hellstar kind of
I
looks
have all
at
the
it.
weapons I need.
Hellstar looks at it and says, "I mean, I'll take it if no one's going to
Yeah,
use
man.
it."
All
No,
yours.
no,
I
it's-
guess.
All yours.
So Hellstar takes a rifle, and I guess maybe the other one will be a blaster pistol that you modified. And I'll save this for
Okay.
Adriav when he gets back.
And you still want me to roll with that one, and that one's also upgraded?
What's that?
The second roll that you want me to do? Is
No,
it also
I,
upgraded?
I'm just going to say that roll covered both.
Oh, it's all purple.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that way we don't have to backtrack or make any other rules. So you're good.
Cool.
All right, that took you a little bit of time though, because even though you're using the force, you really didn't generate any other successes or advantages. So that probably
It's a
took
lot of
most of your
troubling things.
downtime as you were working on
Yes.
that. Yeska is trying to basically think about ways like mentally where he can try to. He's got his eyes closed and he's pretending there's all these Catharian soldiers behind him, like doing all these like combat techniques and things. Tizo, is there anything that you would be doing or anything be interested in? Before?
Yes, I just want to find a quiet corner. Because I'm assuming we're staying down here at this point. I'm just going to put my stuff down, and I'm just going to kneel down and basically just meditate for a little while.
Okay.
Unless someone comes up to talk to me. I'm just going to sit there, kind of like calm myself, and just think about what's going to be happening.
Okay.
So.
Some time passes during your meditation, Tizo.
Okay.
And you're sitting there, and all of a sudden, you almost have this point of your meditation where you can feel like you are going out of body. And you start to feel this rumbling of the Force. Just like in the music there in the background, if you were listening. How sometimes this stuff times out perfectly, I have no idea. But you feel that rumble of the Force, and you begin to see blaster fire, like these flashes of red, and then sprays of orange sparks around. Some kind of battle taking place. And you can see some silhouetted figures, but it's hard to make them out as you're looking. They're just kind of like marching away. And you just get this uneasiness, this uneasy feeling as you slowly start to open your eyes once again.
Okay.
Anyone else have anything during the 12 hours of downtime here?
I haven't done it in a while, but I'd like to try and use my 4C power.
Okay. Perfect.
It's for the next 2 days, but is it possible for me to specify just in the next, 14 hours?
I would say okay,
can I
yeah.
can I try and focus on the time frame of us going to the mansion? We have it planned that in 12 hours we're going.
Sure.
So from that point, I don't need the whole 48 hours, but I don't know if that's how my 4C power works.
Yeah, I think your 4C power will work that way, but it's basically directed towards you. Like it's basically
what's happening
what's
to me.
happening
Yeah.
for you. Yeah. So yeah, you can go.
So
ahead
if I
and
go to
roll
the
that.
I want to focus what's going to happen if I go to the mansion. Yeah.
Okay.
I just need to roll a light side point. Is that how this works?
I believe so. Yeah. You roll
right.
roll one of your force die and then see what you get.
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't have to do that.
Well,
I think you just have to roll the white die, the force die, and see what points you generate.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Good. You can refresh it and do it again.
Oh well, it's a dark. It's a dark.
You want to just take the dark?
Yeah.
You can re-roll if you want to.
All right, I'll re-roll. That's fine. Nothing. As a still
That's what it is.
Yes, you can, but you'll have to take a conflict point and a point of strain to do so.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
It jumps forward 2 days and you're killing down a drain.
And Raven, before you mark too many conflicts, go ahead and add 2 because of reasons.
It's me. It's me. Here we go.
After last session, I rolled a 96, and you are the highest on the list once again.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so
Get wrecked.
2 episodes in a row, you are triggered morality.
I will take it.
If somebody wants to, you can flip that 1 point
Oh,
back
yeah.
over to.
Want me to? I'll just do it
Yeah,
since
you
I
can-
did it.
yeah,
It's
you can
fine.
flip
There we
it.
go.
So you focus and.
Oh shit!
No,
It
flip
just
the other
no.
way.
Is there-
It has to flip the other way. You have to flip
Oh,
it.
Yeah, you have to flip it.
Yeah, you-
So you flip it
Two times,
twice.
I have to
Twice,
flip it my
sorry.
way. I have to flip it twice, so we're gonna do boom and boom, and we are all good. Perfect.
Sorry, thank
Yep,
you.
My apologies. We are. You are kind of fading in as kind of like a meditation again, as we fade in close to that same familiar eye that you guys are used to seeing underneath the Mandalorian's helmet. As she fades and focuses, I'm going to ask you. Okay. Would you rather it be something in the future that is early on in this conflict that you are anticipating, or later on in the conflict that you are anticipating?
I'm gonna say later on
Later on.
because I'm trusting that we'll get there.
Okay.
So if we get there later on, once we like make our way in, yeah, later on.
Yeah, so you can see yourself. Smoke kind of billowing around you as if a great battle has taken place. There are Catharian guards, Catharian citizens laying on this wooden floor all around you. And you can see your friends around you. It looks like Nico's like hunched over. It looks like he's got some type of wound. It looks like Dran is over there sweating bullets off his massive head that he's got. You can see the
That's a lot of sweat.
you can see the glowing light of lightsabers from Yeska and Tizo. And then you notice and hear a sound. Another lightsaber has been activated. And walking out through this cloud of smoke walks a very tall and proud Mirialan. Green flesh with some markings around his eyes. Black, slick back hair with graying areas, almost silvering at his temples. And he's walking towards you, Raven, with a green lightsaber in his hands. And as he's slowly walking towards you, you can see your friends just all looking up to him, preparing. And that's kind of the end of your futuristic vision of the end of this conflict.
All right. And
So you've learned that he does in fact have a lightsaber.
Hmm.
One thing you do notice about it is it's not as pristine. The blade had a bit of a uneasy crackle to it.
What
And
color
he's-
is it?
green.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay. Okay.
So it's green, and he looks older. He looks like a lot older.
He looks older, yeah. Looks older. It's been quite a number of years since he's been brought here.
And that was in the mansion, and the wooden floors, and people are dead on the wooden floors, and he's coming out.
Your guess is yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So-
Yeah, I would probably bring that up to the group.
So if he's older, we just need to use a bunch of TikTok videos and we'll take him out quickly.
He just needs a way. He's probably
I mean-
on death's door.
That's one way to do it.
That's something on the HoloNet.
Just spam him with holograms. So yeah, I'll describe what he looks like. Green lightsaber, molten death.
You also tell he was wearing like armored purple robes that looked very elegant and expensive.
Also that.
Mhm.
Did you happen to see like any sort of glowing spot that says I'm a weakness?
I mean, his lightsaber looked pretty weak, if I do say so myself.
So if we attack the lightsaber, we kill him.
I mean,
I can
That
I can cut this lightsaber, no problem.
all right, sure. Just something to consider.
Hey, Yeska, you have a attack plan?
I do have a plan. Attack!
Brilliant. Brilliant, Yeska. Wow.
No, I
Wouldn't
was.
have thought that one up myself.
That's a
Firing.
joke. That's a joke. Yeah.
Huzzah!
Huzzah.
I think if we could see possibly basic layouts of this mansion, it would be best to know how to approach. Part of warfare is knowing your terrain. So,
I'm gonna go to
can you help us,
Adrian.
Mr. Helshar or Ajev? Can you help us to understand, what does this place look like? Where will you be? Where will we be? Etc.
Well, he kind of explains to you over a long discourse here, like with you guys all surrounded around the table, that he said it's impossible to know for sure because he knows that since Marcolf has been here, no one was allowed in other than his associates and guard captains and things of that nature, like his royal guard are allowed in, but none of them have actually seen the palace since he's taken leadership, and he is rumored that he's changed a lot about it. He does know that there is technology within there, and there are cameras and other security devices placed within the mansion. And then he looks at you guys and says, our plan is simple. We're going to stir things up a bit down below. Find every guard station we can below and attack it. We'll try to overrun each one as much as we can. Force them out. Force them to blow the alarms. Hopefully Marcolf will get desperate and send a lot of his, even personal guards, out of the estate to focus on us.
I've seen this military strike before. It's best if we are moving quite quickly towards the front door. The idea that you want to make sure that everybody's bait and switched and distracted. So my suggestion is
our hope is that you get a head start in the morning and be ready. Because it takes a while to get all the way to the top of this tree as well.
Would I believe that these chocobos can get us up there?
The Tarvixes? He looks at you and he's like, oh, we can arrange that easily. You want a Tarvix? Everybody wants a Tarvix? We can get you a Tarvix. Yes, because please?
I'll take one in every color, please.
Yeah, Adrev will have a Tarvix ready to go as soon as you go upside in the morning.
all right. We have our plan.
Sounds like it could work.
Dr. Dran, how you feeling?
I have a bad feeling about this, but I'm in.
You might even say it's a trap.
Oh, every episode. Okay, so we will say that you guys did get some sleep. It wasn't the best sleep, but you do get a long rest, so to speak, in Star Wars RPG shape or form here. So you guys wake up strain free, and it's early in the morning, but As Helshar kind of rolls over, he's looking towards you, Pathrin, looking towards you and says, Adrev will have it ready. Be listening for Gunfire and Birdcalls.
That's the sound of morning breakfast.
Gunfire and Birdcalls might find its way in the episode title before we're all done.
Right.
And it kind of leaves you guys to basically. He walks you halfway, probably to where you guys remember being let out, and then lets you guys go to where you guys then are able to find your way back through the roots to emerge back from this underground labyrinth here. As you guys come up out of this pit, Dran, you see it instantly. But everybody else kind of is taken aback by what they see. Coming through the gates of the city is a squadron of Stormtroopers. It looks like a group of 10. One of them is wearing kind of like this corner piece over his armor. It's like brown leather. Is holding a massive, this long blaster rifle to his side. And next to him, leading the way, is a very stern-looking woman with very deep tan skin with red hair that's kind of pulled back into a ponytail. She's wearing a lieutenant's suit of the Empire. And they are walking like two lines, like perfectly in step, like a marching band. And they're marching, and then they turn and they start walking towards a set of steps that seems to be going up. And they're heading in that direction.
That complicates things.
That explains the carnage.
I'm imagining that Yeska doesn't really know much about the Empire, coming from the far reaches of Chiss space. And so it's like, he just sees soldiers, and he grew up around military people his whole life, and so it's like, it's just soldiers. What's the big deal?
The whole time you guys have been here, never seen any other Stormtroopers?
Yeah.
How the bloody hell?
And they seem to have come through the front gate.
Oh boy!
Just, like, strolled in.
It's just more people we have to go through.
Great.
That's all it is.
Targets.
I'm gonna switch my phasers to kill.
Mine are always on that one.
So there's this strange like tension in the air. It's not just the arrival of these Imperials, but it's that anticipation from, you can see as you guys are emerging and coming up through this, you can see people like casting these side glances to you every once in a while. Citizens, Sitharians, almost seeming to know exactly what is happening in this situation. You have a feeling these people that are giving you this kind of weird anticipative vibe are part of this resistance, and they're going to be ready to go as soon as you guys are at least close to the position. What would you guys like to do? It seems like the group of Stormtroopers is just continuing up steps, and then they go across a landing for a little while to find the next place to go up, and it looks like they're just focused on going up.
Should ambush them.
I don't suppose anyone, one of the two guys, know how to potentially cut them off? Like, could we go a different way and cut them off?
Adriev comes up to you, Raven, is like, honestly, if you take these, and he points over to all the Tarvaxes there, you could definitely get up quicker than them. It'll take them hours.
Brilliant. Let's do that.
I'm going to grab my trusty buddy here, the one that is going to make sure that I never get harmed ever again.
The one that's learned.
We bonded at this moment. And I'll try and lead the. Actually, I'll try and see if I can lead the way.
Okay.
Right
lead the way.
behind Adriev, of course.
Okay.
I'm looking for something in a convertible.
Oh, right.
These Tarvexes, unless you're trying to do something like in combat with them, there's no roll required. They're really
There's
good
no
at
full throttle.
there's
no full throttle.
And unless you're like in a combat situation where you're trying to like get it to leap from one branch to another without like you falling off of it and stuff, there's not really any roll for it. You guys just kind of get saddled up on the back of them, and these things you've seen it. They can basically go and just climb up a vertical tree, no problem. You guys are gonna have to hold on, but they're gonna take you.
Yeah. That's what I live for.
When Adriev just looks at you and is like, "Go quickly," and then rushes off to head over to the other Tarvexes over in the pen.
All right.
Let's do it.
Up we
Cool.
go.
Head off.
We
Okay.
gallop off.
So what's the plan here? Is the plan to head up just in front of the Imperials, or is it to go all the way to the top?
Go all the way to the top.
To the
Yeah,
All the way
say
to
all the way
top.
to the top.
He said it's going to take him hours. Let's beat him to it.
Yeah, we're gonna try
But
and arrowhead it.
even if they're booking it, it'll still take them a bit.
Yeah.
We can
We have
find
time.
some landmines or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which means we should probably. This is not Nico talking because Nico feels completely opposite to this plan. We should probably off them before the Imperials show up.
That's the plan.
I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
Nico was going to talk this one out, but I don't think there's going to be an opportunity.
So Yaska has an idea. Perhaps we can stop halfway on this main staircase and leave some kind of booby trap.
Would I have
Tough.
knowledge of setting up something like that? I'm pretty sure I would have done that at least like maybe once.
Yeah,
or twice.
skullduggery would probably do it.
We got poison.
Oh, we
you
do
got
have
all
poison.
that.
We do
You
have
got all that
poison.
poison. Yes, you do.
All
We
right,
do
so
have poison.
I'm setting
Get
that
him.
up.
All
I'm
right.
setting that up. I'm setting that
All
up.
right. All right. All right.
Slow, agonizing death.
I want to set up.
I'm thinking like
Kind
a
of-
Rambo style, like jaw trap that has like sharpened sticks with the
I was going to
poison.
say because it's a tree, I would want to try and see if I can create a false floor. And so when they step in the wrong direction, they kind of fall through, and then the spikes kind of catch them as they go down.
That would be great, but that would take a long time.
Yeah,
we don't have time
for
that.
We don't have time to burrow
Oh,
through the tree.
can we do?
It would have
We
to
have
be
the
some. It
poison.
would have to be something
we-
really quick.
I would
Like,
I'd
that you guys do it
put,
together.
I
put
was
darts.
thinking like
Put
a
darts
bomb.
on the rope. Put darts on the rope, and then when they walk past, you can just snap and slide through and just hit them. Because we're
That's-
already climbing up a wall.
That's possible.
Kind of like a swinging thing. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Like they're going up the
Swinging
stairs
sharp
and then
sticks.
It just swings down.
Yeah.
It's Home Alone, you guys. It's
Yeah,
Home Alone.
exactly.
It
It's
doesn't
Home
take much time at all. It's the paint can trick.
I mean, it's probably not gonna take out all of them, but it might.
oh no, so like they're
Lower.
coming up the stairs and then like from the level above it swings down.
And hits them and brings them back
And
down the
tags
stairs.
I like that.
But there's also poison. It's Home
Yeah.
Alone with poison.
Poison
Put
spikes
it on the sticks
behind
and
them.
stuff.
All right, so okay. I've
Oh
got
God.
This is disastrous.
this. We have like at the bottom of the staircase, like lay some, leaves or something with poison stakes underneath. They walk up, and as soon as they finish walking up, we trigger a line so that the stakes snap up. They're going up the stairs, and then whatever tree log, Ewok style, swings down and knocks them back onto the stakes.
We would be okay. We would probably be able to do that if somebody was doing the spikes as I was setting up the log.
Yeah, it would require multiple people to be able to set. It would probably take someone to set up the spikes at the bottom, someone to set up an intricate tripwire at the top to trigger those spikes at the bottom, and then someone or multiple people up top giving us massive
What
log
if-
up there with a rope to trigger as
Yeah.
well. So it'd probably take all of you to pull this off.
All
What
of us would do it.
What
Yeah.
if, what if we do like a compression bomb? Do a compression bomb with the poison.
That's much
bomb,
simpler.
I love
Yes.
A poison
Yeah.
bomb.
Yeah, just have a small poison bomb. I like this
Right.
plan.
We'll
It's much
slow them
simpler.
down.
Yeah.
Are we putting it at the bottom of the stairs? Are we still doing the log thing or no?
I think
Too
the
much
bomb
time,
would
I
Yeah,
think
too
the
much
log thing is great. idea.
I know you guys all want to have this Home Alone moment, but I'm telling you, in the action economy here dictates we should do the
It's gonna take
compression
too
bomb. I
We are not
understand
arguing.
why the boys want to have fun, but I'm putting my foot down and saying, let's just keep this quick and easy, yeah?
My only concern about one singular trap and not like something like a big log is that, like you all are saying, only like a couple of people will probably be hit by a bomb and they can potentially see it and walk around it, and then the trap doesn't work at all. Whereas a log, no matter what, they still have to do some sort of dodging for it or take time to disarm it.
Or take time to
All
hide
right,
it.
well,
Yeah.
all right.
But I
Well-
do like the bomb idea. I think bomb and log.
Bomb
You want-
and log.
I'm just afraid
Bomb
that
and-
we don't have time to set up the log. Is my only issue.
Yeah.
As,
And
you
also, where are we gonna find a log?
as Tizo says that, all of a sudden Adriav
We're in a
appears again.
tree.
He's like, "What is taking
Well, yeah,
you
but I
so
mean-
long? What are you guys doing?" And he rushes off. Get going!
Fine, let's plant a bomb underneath
let's
the
just set up
stairs,
the
and when
compression
they
bomb
walk by,
first.
it
Yeah.
explodes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are heading
So
up
we'll go
the
ahead
tree.
above them,
Okay.
like go up, because they're slow. We'll go above them, set up the compression bomb, and keep going up. Is yes?
Oh, we could also, yeah, we could theoretically do it at the mansion too, the very top of the stairs of the mansion. We could
Like
still
set it up so that if they're entering, they have to walk through it to get into us.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
Let's do that. Let's just go all the way up and
Okay.
do that.
Let's go.
Easiest plan.
Yeah.
Yo, Adrian is yelling at us. Let's go.
We're moving.
Yeah.
We're moving.
Yeah,
We're moving.
yeah, we're going.
So you guys are taking
Everyone got
off.
stuck on the Home Alone idea.
Everybody,
Yeah, but
hoping
log
to
and
fulfill
steaks
their
and poison.
Home Alone fantasies.
Next
As
time, Home Alone.
you guys
it's
are,
a really famous movie in this universe.
Yeah, of
Like,
course.
everyone loves that.
hey, I'd be all for it if you guys actually had the time to pull it off.
Yeah, we don't have the time.
Not the time, no.
So you guys are starting to rush up this tree, the inside of the tree. Eventually, sometimes you come to points where you have to like leap the Tarvix from one part of the tree to the other, and then run across a branch, and then jump from one branch to the other. And you guys are all like going one after another, following each other's Tarvix tracks as you guys are making your way up the tree. It's not difficult to do. Are you guys trying to stay rather kind of? Are you trying to be sneaky about this while you're doing this?
Preferably, yeah.
Preferably, okay.
Yeah.
I would
Why
imagine
don't
yes.
everybody?
If we could do it shorter, so like just when we're like passing the Imperials, I don't think that it much matters with anybody else.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
But-
just stealthing past them
But
for sure.
Yeah.
you
Well, I
guys
think we
all
need to be as stealthy as
killed a
possible
bunch of
because this
people
is a sneak
yesterday.
attack.
Yeah, I think if any of the other guards,
Yeah,
Because
let's
you guys are
stealth
all
it.
famous.
Yeah.
Stealth it.
Yeah, so you might want to go ahead and roll a stealth. This will be stealth, and it's
Alright.
going to be 2 purple dice difficulty for
Alright.
everybody, and we'll make this kind of like a group designated check here, group skill check.
Ooh.
Look at this.
I'll give one of my successes to Tizo.
for some reason, didn't roll 4 green dice for me. Or no, it did. Never mind, I was looking at the wrong one.
Okay.
No, I was looking at the wrong one.
So Raven with
It's a
2
wash
successes.
for me.
A wash for Yeska. Nico, it's going to cost you a point of strain as you're struggling sometimes to hang on to the Tarvix.
He's just moving so fast.
This Tarvix, for some reason, you got a new one today, and this one doesn't seem to be as good as the one that you had last night. with
Miss
Ryan.
my old
Yeah, you
Tarvik.
mixed your own Tarvix.
And
That's
that,
right.
and that one was only so.
Yeah, that's right. The advantage, Tizo, what would you like to use that advantage for? It seems you guys have all succeeded on your group check.
I guess I will just pass it on to the next. Like, I can do that with one, right?
Yeah,
Just
you
pass
can-
it on to the next check.
Yeah, you can pass
Yeah.
it on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Yeah, because I don't have any strain or anything. So
All right. So you guys stealthily make your way up. You catch a glimpse, Dran, of this group still marching their way up. They pause for a moment. It looks like they have to get on this elevator that lifts them up about 2 floors, and then they have to get off and then climb up some more steps. It seems like there's not like one singular elevator that like takes you the whole way up. You have to get on multiples at different levels to go up. It's going to take them a little bit of time. But you just catch the glimpse of these bright white, perfectly clean armored uniforms, and just starts to make your blood boil a little bit.
The bomb doesn't get all of them.
And you got that murder look in your eyes again.
I like said calmly to the doctor, well, after the mullet, I think anything you do will be fine.
There's no coming back from that.
No saving it. No saving it now. You guys make your way up, and you can see the mansion ahead of you. It's a very large, intertwining, thatched structure that almost looks like kind of like a wasp nest or something, like hanging from the top of this tree. You passed multiple versions of what look like other things of this nature, but they were smaller. This is massive. Like, this is definitely the mansion, the Reeves Manor. And there's many bridges about 10 foot wide that kind of lead up and join in this one central platform, and then it goes into one ramp that kind of leads up to what looks like a main door. It's about that time when you get up to the top that you start hearing echoes from below. Sounds like gunfire and bird calls.
Music.
What would you guys like to do at this moment?
I do want to take lead because I feel like I'm not going to be as useful in the fight to try and set up that trap.
Sure, that works for me.
I'll leave you my Gadgeteer Tinker tools for a boost.
And also you do have a boost from the.
And you have a boost
advantage,
from
my advantage thing also.
Dope.
We have 7 vials of poison. I want to keep one, but
That's
we want
fair.
to put 6
Get
in there?
6, yeah, give them
Yeah.
the
Because
6.
you never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
Studies.
Put all of them in there and just set it up. Poison log.
Yeah, I would like kind of give him like my idea for the layout of the compression bomb, and then just hand him my tools and be like, "You have the means, do it."
All right.
Okay, so
Let's set this up.
Nico, you're going to set up the.
Yeah,
The-
set up the compression thing at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay.
And then
Does
there's-
Yeska see any like groups of guards heading out of this wasp
yeah, I
nest?
should probably have thought of that beforehand.
We started making a bomb.
I'm making a bomb right in front of them.
What?
Not yet.
Me?
Not yet.
I don't know what.
But as Yeska reaches out to grab Nico, as Nico's about ready to take his Tarvix over there, you see probably about 20 guards come pouring out of the manor and start to just open up their wings and jump off the side and start to glide down.
That works.
Oh, that works. That works.
Awesome.
And it seems like the uprising from down below has caused Marcolf to take action.
Nice.
The uprising.
Yeah, exactly. The
Uprising, go
uprising
down.
from down
Downrising.
below. And these Thetharian guards are just opening up their wings, and it looks like they have the ability to glide, but not to fly. That's the impression that you guys get whenever you watch it.
If
Turkeys
we were
can't fly.
going up against the boss right now, I would do a quick pot shot at somebody's wing, and that kite will come crashing down.
He totally would.
Excuse me, you don't have a license to hunt these birds. I'm going to jail.
Now can I make the bomb?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yes, gonna let you go now. So you're going to make a check to make this bomb. I think this is going to be your skullduggery.
Yeah.
And do you have any like things for your character that would like give you a benefit in this situation?
If it's mechanical, I can I don't think bombs have like a threshold, a strain or threshold or anything like that, right? Because I can increase any sort of mechanical object. I can increase the strain by 1.
I don't think they. No, they don't. They would just do like a set damage.
1 damage. I can inflict. Oh, I can control this so they can inflict 1 more damage.
Perfect.
That was the last thing that I did. So it can inflict 1 more additional damage if I roll a white.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
So you guys also are going to have me sweet talk as well.
Because you are doing this, I'm going to set it as an average difficulty, 2 purple dice. But I am going to use a dark side point to upgrade it because of the intensity here, and you have to be quick. This isn't going to be something that you can just throw together. It's got to be carefully done, but quickly done as well.
Then I am going to also use the light side.
Okay, sure.
Oh yeah, just
one from Raven and then one from my advantage. You have 2 more
Another
blue.
2, and then skullduggery. Here we go. This is gonna be wild. Yes!
Wild.
Excellent. So you
Okay.
you think you successfully got this trap put together. It took you I will say, if you would like to use them for this, I would like you could do it in half the time if you expend all the advantage.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So about
time now.
maybe about 7-8 minutes max, you put together this bomb.
Nice.
wow.
On the 8th minute, the get tier kit goes back into Raven's hand, and I dust it off, and I dab.
And I snap him.
So not necessary, and
that's
good
how
call,
Nico
Tizo. He dabs, Diesel smacks him, and Raven goes, well done. To both of you, well done to both of you, well done.
Awesome. So yeah, it seems like the Sitharian guards have kind of drifted down where they're no longer in your view. You're looking over there and you're not seeing Dran especially does not see any signs of the Imperials just yet.
We will.
You
Let's
guys,
get this done.
All right, let's
do
plant
this.
the bomb and
Let's go.
raid the castle.
Yep.
All right. So you guys are heading just basically right to the front door.
Yep.
All right.
Should we like go in a sideway or?
I
Is
don't
there
think
like
that's
multiple?
exciting.
It doesn't matter.
Is
Either
there
way.
He described
Windows?
like a wasp nest, like hanging down.
I hate
from
that
the top
description. I hate that so
That
much.
had multiple bridges connecting.
It's
to
a wicker
singular
basket on a
bridge to
tree.
the
It
front.
does,
There you
yeah,
go.
there's a
Thank
singular
you.
bridge that goes to the front door. Now, there is a platform that goes around the building, and there are a few windows, but you can clearly see from this distance that there are what look to be like cameras around the whole facility.
Shoot. Any watching us go in?
You don't think you're in. You don't think you're in the range of them yet.
But we could get.
It looks like
stuff to it
kind of like
possibly.
how people put home protection cameras. Like. Yeah.
Yeah.
More
should
than
we
more
shoot
than
them
likely,
off?
the camera's gonna see us place the bombs or the bomb unless we destroy them before.
The bomb where you guys are putting it is
It's at the bottom of the
farther
ramp.
away.
Oh, okay.
You don't think
Cool.
you don't think it's going to see that? If
But walking through
it
the
might
door.
if there might be one camera that can see like a bunch of like silhouetted people like down there, but they're going to have no idea
Okay.
what. I mean, once the bomb goes off, yeah, they're going to figure out what was up then. But it's like
Are the cameras in range that we can just kind of pew 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 pew? This is a remote.
they would be
Are
at
they
long
movable?
range, but yes,
Are they movable?
Are any of you marksmen?
as if
I mean,
you could detach them, or
Well,
as if
like
they.
if they can rotate. Like, are they stationary in one direction, or can you like maneuver
Because
them?
then we
to
can
where they
just
move?
stealth our way in.
It looks stationary, but it looks like there's multiple on one adapter type
Okay.
thing. So it looks like there's one
Oh.
facing this way, one facing that way, one facing another direction. Like
Okay.
3 different cameras on one arm, like swing arm that's off the side of
Gotcha.
the manor.
Okay, well, my plan wasn't gonna work then. I
What
was just gonna
if-
like force move that, turn it, basically just turn it to a different direction, basically. But nope.
What if
Perhaps.
we pretend to be tourists?
That can't be the plan all the time.
We get like a map, get the I heart QU, Koala.
Cool.
Thanks for
Ooh.
clarifying.
Yes,
really
Yeska, this would probably work any other day, except now there's kind of like a war going on beneath your feet, where there's people screaming and. and all
I have-
this-
We're just here to see the sights, though.
I have 2 ideas. 1, we just shoot the camera. Well, 3, we shoot the cameras, destroy them,
That
or
was my plan.
we just walk up, let them see us, and we don't care. Or we walk up and act like we're building inspectors.
There it is.
There it is.
God damn
That's
it,
the one.
Derek.
There it is. That's the one.
We're here to check the gas.
Yep.
It's turbulent times, and you don't expect the integrity of your building.
Because he said
Well,
building
It ain't up to
inspector.
code. It ain't up to
You
code
guys
right
hear
now.
a massive explosion down below. You hear.
Okay, we need to go. We need to go.
We just
Yep.
need to
Let's
walk
go.
in. Just walk in. These
So you guys,
cameras not
you're
gonna-
rushing. You're rushing up the ramp towards the main entryway.
I'm taking a pop
Yeah.
shot at some of these cameras as we're running
Okay.
up. I don't think I'm. Yeah.
Sure. What or what range band are you gonna wait until you get into to take the shot? Hey, thank you so much for the follow. We appreciate it.
I'd say. What's medium range?
Medium. Yeah, it's kind of like across probably like 50 yards, so to speak.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. It doesn't really have a number in this game. It's just kind of like
Okay.
medium range. So
Oh,
What's medium?
Chat
It's medium.
brought up a really good point. Is this compression bomb going to like blow up the bridge for us to get out of this?
Too late now. We don't know.
I mean, I'm fine. I don't know about you. I got a jetpack. We're good here.
Oh, great.
I can take one of you with me.
We'll solve that problem later.
Yeah, we'll get to
Yeah.
it. We'll
My
solve that bridge
next
when we come
force
to it.
ability is learning how to
as
glide.
as
Just gonna find a
Nico said
Thessarian
this,
and jump on their back.
since Nico brought this up, I'm gonna have Nico and Tizo. I want you both to add 2 conflict points.
Oh God.
Because Tizo, I know that you're reckless,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and just going along with it is kind of a reckless thing there.
It's too late now. We already planned it.
Yeah.
We already did it. It's already
Well,
done.
here we go.
Done deal.
It's already done.
Yeah.
Raven's like, I don't care. I got a jetpack.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's not reckless for me.
I hope you filled up the fuel tank.
Run out of gas on the halfway
I'm gonna punch you both.
Yeah, so basically you're basically attacking a camera.
Yeah.
So
I
you're
am.
gonna go ahead and make a shot, and if you're at
Uh-huh.
medium range,
That's 3?
I think it's no, 2.
It's two.
It's 2 purple.
2.
Yeah, 2
Okay.
purple, and you're just gonna take a shot with your gun.
Yeah. Kind of give the boys back up as they're running forward and just aiming at the cameras.
Hey, perfect.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
yeah!
Nice.
Oh, very
Oh my
nice.
god.
What?
Yes.
That those cameras
Let's go.
are gone.
Let's go.
As they explode, you do generate 3 advantage and a triumph.
And a triumph.
So I
what do you
want
think
the
you'd like to
triumph.
spend those?
I want the triumph to be that I did it in such quick succession. No one saw us coming up the front.
Nice.
So,
I'm gonna
And-
say with that triumph too, if you wanted to, I could say that you made 2 quick shots and destroyed both sets of cameras on either side of
Yes.
like the main
Mm.
door.
Nice.
That's what I wanted. And I mean, I'm fine for strain. I'll just pass 1 forward, and then I'll give a boost to Tizo
Okay.
because it seems appropriate with the lightsaber shit happening and who it
Yeah.
was.
we're
So
gonna need a lot of
Yeah.
that.
And as soon as we're like going, Tizo is like sprinting towards the door too. You know, he's trying to do this fast. So
Just get it done. You got
Yeah.
it. So Tizo, since you're leading the way, as you rush through, you go through this hallway and you can hear your friends' footfalls behind you. They're running too. They're trying to keep up with you as much as possible. As you guys see, there's a massive kind of arched doorway that's open. It's probably 15 feet wide, probably 10 foot tall as you guys emerge. And you kind of run into it. It's kind of dark, but you run. And then as your eyes kind of adjust to the light difference, you notice this is a throne room. And it's clad with this very nice red carpet inside. This place looks lavish. But also, there's like not a lot of furniture in here. There's just one simple throne up above. And there's an individual standing there in purple robes and green flesh, just like yourself. Slicked back hair and this fading silver gray right here at the temples. But there's also several groups of Satharian guards standing around the room. And he looks at you, Tizo, as you're running in. Well, there they are. Should have known. You will have to, hope you'll forgive me. You'll have to suffer the consequences for yesterday. This is what he looks like for those of you that are on the stream. I'm hoping that I can put it up there so you guys can see it. There is this. That's Reeve Marcolf, standing in all his glory and confidence. His purple armored robes that look very elegant and expensive. He has this posture to himself that he will not be brought low as he stands there in front of you, glaring with these deep, dark eyes as Tizo enters. He said something to you, Tizo.
Yeah, I will reply and be like, your time has come.
And I think that is where we'll kick off the battle music. And I will turn on some battle music. And a PC gets to go first.
Okay, so quick question first. What's the distance between me and him?
I would say that he is 2 range bands, so you'd have to do 2 moves to get engaged. The rest of you in the back are kind of like medium range from him right now. It's a very big room.
I am 1 range out of short range. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no,
so
you are in. Yeah, it's engaged, then short, then medium.
Range, then medium.
Yeah.
So I'm in
so
medium.
You guys are all technically medium, but like
Gotcha.
Nico and Dran and all them are kind of like on the back end of medium, you know?
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I will move forward, so I'm within short range.
Okay.
I will use that was a maneuver. Then I will use a take 2 strain to get another maneuver
Perfect.
to mark him for death.
Woo!
No time wasted.
All right.
So that's how we're gonna do this, right?
I commit a force, which I did. I automatically get 2 advantage on the combat checks, no matter what.
2 advantage.
Yeah, no matter what, always 2 advantage.
Okay.
Then, of course, use my signature move, the Hawkbat Swoop.
Yes.
From short range to
TM.
Damn.
jump
Alright.
towards him, igniting my
Excellent.
lightsaber.
Now, before you make this check,
Mhm.
I'm going to tell you that he is going to be... So it's going to be 2 purple dice to start.
Okay.
He has a ability called Adversary 2, which means
Okay.
there's 2 upgrades on any attack you make against him. At its base level. Okay? So you have
So 2
that,
upgrades.
and also, he is wearing armored robes,
Of course.
Okay.
which give him
setback.
a setback
Boost.
die on the attack too. And because you love me so much, I'm
Oh,
gonna use a
no.
dark side point, and I'm gonna upgrade that again. So 3
Okay.
upgrades on your Hawkback.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, since he hasn't acted, I get another blue from it too. So I got
Sure.
2 blue dice to add it
Okay.
onto this.
Okay.
Is that 3?
No, because one from you, and then
Yeah.
1 from me. So that's 2. Unless there was
okay.
another reason that I'm getting another one from somebody
Mhm.
else. I don't think so.
I thought you just automatically had 2 blue.
No, I have 2 advantage. Guaranteed
Oh, advantage. Gotcha.
on
Okay.
attacking. person. Yeah. All right, so here we go.
Oh my god!
Holy crap!
Oh.
How?
Oh.
But the
Oh,
dice tell the
Lord.
story, though.
So it's
Double crit too.
five advantage because I got 2 guaranteed,
Okay.
and then I will use
That's
the dark
triple
side.
crit.
You'll use the
So-
dark side. Okay.
That
so
gives me another advantage from the Hawkbat swoop.
okay, and you do suffer a strain for that and a conflict point to pull from that
Yes.
dark side energy. Yes.
Worth it.
Going in there like ah.
And then
you
one.
do like 3 crits.
Well, I'm using 3. I think it's 3. Let me make sure real fast.
I think he has 4 crits.
Linked. Yeah, I'm using 3 to do a linked attack, so he takes 2 attacks from me.
So 3 will be gone, and you're gonna take.
Yeah, and then I have
so you
3
do
left.
double the damage. So what's the total damage? 6, 7, 8.
16.
16.
16 total damage.
Yeah, and then I will use the triumph to crit him. I'm assuming that's right. That's how
Yeah.
that works.
Yeah.
So I'll
can
crit
crit
him with that.
Okay.
And you still have 2 more to crit as well.
Yes, my critical rating is only 2, so I will crit him again, and then I will heal 1 strain.
I do all that and heal straight.
And
Wow. Yeah. He
Jesus.
He cannot use his parry talent because he has not yet ignited his lightsaber. Wow.
so he said the wrong thing to Tizo. He just got wrecked.
Tizo is meaning business here. Yeah. So I'm gonna go to his crit chart here. Critical injuries. So what double crit does is it automatically does a +10 on this roll.
Okay.
Because it's kind of like having the second level of a crit already. So
All right.
I think I do critical offset in this. I think, do I put just 10 or do I put +10? Do you guys remember how we do that? In the
10. I think we
Just
put
10.
just 10.
Yeah, just
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm going to roll the critical and see what happens. He is knocked prone and suffers 1 strain. And has this critical on him. So as you do this, you knock him to the floor
Cool.
with your Hawkbat swoop. And he stumbles. He trips over his throne and slams there onto the floor at the top of the steps in front of you. And suffers a point of strain as well. Ouch.
And as I'm standing over him, I will be like, "You disgrace the cosmic force."
Ooh.
I'm standing over him. So
Ooh.
Fantastic. Well done.
Ooh!
Well done. Sure. We have another PC that can go.
I mean, I'll go.
Okay.
That was very impressive.
Top that.
I don't think I can, but I'll certainly try. How messed up does that guy look right now?
He looks pretty hurt. He took a big swipe across his chest. It's still like glowing red, like where you can see the wound from the Hawkbat swoop. Yeah, he got rocked.
All right, well, I'm gonna rock him some more.
So Tizo, I guess you would be in engaged range with him now with that.
yes, I would
move?
be an engage.
Yeah, you can go ahead and move your token up next to it.
Oh right, sorry, forgot about that.
Perfect. Fine.
Is there any way I could have jumped behind him while doing that, or it's in front of him?
Probably to either one side or in front of him, probably more like.
Okay, so I'll move over to his left, or well, my left, his right.
His throne is pretty large, so it'd be hard to
Gotcha.
jump behind it.
It does prone give setback?
Prone would give you setback, yes, to shoot at him. It gives you advantages melee, but setbacks against him laying down.
All right, then I'll go
'Cause the
for a
target is
different
small.
one. Yeah.
The two like Koalas guards that are standing up front that have the blue rings around them, they look
Yeah.
like they're holding some kind of blaster rifles, And the groups behind look like those like groups of guards that you guys fought before down below. Looks like they're reaching. Looks like they've got blaster pistols out. They were all with all the commotion that was happening below. They already had their weapons out and drawn.
All right, since I'm flying about 20 feet up, I'm going to not move. I'm just going to aim at this one.
Okay.
That one.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that one's going to be 2 purple dice.
Yep.
And I do believe, let me double check theirs. They may have a setback. I'm going to double check. No, it's only against melee attacks. So no setbacks on this one.
All right. One hit.
One hit. It's good
So
enough.
that's 10 damage.
10 damage to this one. That'll do the trick. You shoot him, he kind of falters back a bit. You can see he's very hurt, has this large mark on his feathery chest as he gets to one knee. You can tell he's still up, but he's very hurt.
All right. I think that's all I'll do for now.
Let me double check their soak really quick. I think I did it right. Oh no, they have much more than I thought. Yeah, he is hurt, but not quite as nearly as I made it out to be. So
That's fine.
I apologize.
I'll adjust my aim next turn.
That's right. Okay. All right. That ends Raven's turn, bringing us to an NPC. So. This captain, the lower captain, is going to use a maneuver to maneuver in front of Tizo and Marcolf and look towards the rest of the group. I imagine Yeska probably already has his lightsaber drawn.
Yes.
Gonna take a shot at Yeska with his blaster rifle.
Okay.
So, I'm going to go ahead and roll this. Oh, interesting. I take that back. They do not have rifles. They also have pistols.
Okay.
So go rewind that, and they all have pistols, and they're not blasters. They're more like a slug thrower type as they fire. So the difficulty on this, I believe, is going to be you guys are at medium range. It's 2 purple. Actually, wait a minute. Can they even fire that far? No. It's only a short range weapon. So that'll change his move. He'll have to move up farther. So he's got to move up to here. And then he'll fire. So 2 purple. Any so is it 2 black dice?
Yeah, I've got one. Should be 1 black for my lightsaber and 1 black for my armored coat.
Perfect. And let's go ahead and use a dark side point, and I'll upgrade the attack because I've got him. And we'll go ahead and roll this out. Here comes the slug thrower pistol.
Oh.
Interesting.
Wait. Oh, it does. Okay.
It succeeds and crits. That's 5 damage.
Okay. All right.
So 5 soakable damage. And even if you decide to parry it, it's still the crit still technically counts, even if you get rid of all the damage.
A parry is only for a melee attack.
It's only for melee. Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's reflect is what I was thinking of. I believe. Okay, so 5 soakable damage as this pistol shoots towards you and hits you in the chest. And you need to roll on the crit table on your character sheet, as it's going to cash in a critical hit with the triumph.
Okay. I'll take 2 wounds then, because I've got 3 soak.
Okay.
And roll the critical. Do I need to
Do
do anything?
I don't think
besides
you have any other criticals on there, so yeah, you just roll it.
Right.
Oh!
I am staggered. Attacker may attempt another free attack against you using the same dice pool as original attack.
Oh, he can take a free shot at you.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, and he will.
Oh, okay.
This time I'm not going to spend any points. I'm just going to roll it as is. So another quick shot as you
I thought
see
it was the
stagger
same. What does it mean by same dice pool? Does it mean you roll the exact same dice?
back. Oh, so I have to leave the upgrade, huh? By those rules.
I believe so, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
That's rough.
That is a rough crit right there, guys. I didn't even know that existed.
Why couldn't I have gotten that one?
Okay, well, here's the good thing. He missed.
Nothing happens.
He missed the second shot, but is going to pass the boost on to the next person. Uh-oh. Oh, Jim got mad at me again.
No.
Jim got mad at me. Every time I do something terrible to
I didn't like it. I didn't like it, so I quit.
So he missed, but the advantage is going to pass on a boost to the next NPC to go, which is going to be our friend Marcolf.
Okay.
And he is going to use his maneuver to activate his green crackling lightsaber next to him as he's laying down there looking up at Tizo, who just made this just terrible remark towards him. And he spends 2 strain to stand at your level. He will not stay on the floor. So he's going to suffer 2 strain to stand. He looks at you and he's like, "You know nothing of the Force, and you know nothing of the power it holds." And he takes it and he tries to gouge you with his lightsaber.
I will use a dodge incidental. I take 1 strain. He has it upgrades the difficulty.
Okay, upgrade the difficulty.
Mhm.
I'll do that. Any black setback on this, Tizo?
Nope.
Armor or
'cause I have
anything?
terrible armor.
Okay.
Nope, 'cause I have terrible armor. I will be taking his armor, hopefully.
I'm gonna upgrade with a dark side point.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
You good?
I was thinking if I wanted to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use it.
There we go.
Upgrade it already.
Again.
All right,
Yeah.
so upgrade it a second time. You got it. Here comes the lightsaber attack towards Tizo.
Nice.
Thank God.
You needed that. Oh god,
my
you really
gosh.
needed that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and I totally forgot though. He had a boost
Okay.
because of the other guy. So I'm gonna clear it. And I'm just
True.
gonna roll 1 boost,
Okay.
and we'll roll the boost and see what it does. Oh,
Nice. That was so stressful.
Did we
gosh,
say
that was so-
say that you could use 2 advantages to pass yourself a boost? Did we say that in the future or in the
Yeah,
past?
you can.
Okay, do we? Okay.
Did
Yeah,
we
you
say that
can.
you could use it to pass it to yourself? Okay.
Yeah, because Tizo used it when we were in the warehouse.
Okay.
He was
Boost
able to give it to
myself?
himself. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Gail Markov is going to give himself a blue dice on his next turn with those 2 advantages.
Good job, me.
Just so we're clear, that was a rule, is that
Okay.
you couldn't
Yeah.
use the 2 boosts to help you in this turn. It has to be for
Has
the
to be
next
the
round.
Oh, for the
because
next
it's
round.
Kind of break,
Gotcha.
it would end up breaking it up.
We got a 3rd PC up.
I'll go if no one has any objections. I want to move up to, I guess, short range with this guy,
Yeah.
and I want to quick draw my dueling pistol
Sure.
and just shoot him right in his bird face.
You can also use a extra maneuver to aim.
Yeah, sure. I'll aim too.
Oh yeah, because he does have a maneuver on his extra maneuver on
triumphed.
his turn. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
triumphed.
triumphed.
Yeah, so you're gonna add a blue.
I
a
just
blue
realized we don't have to do this, but I just realized I didn't give myself the boost when I aimed. But that's my fault. That's my fault. Christy forgot to give herself the boost.
Boost. Do this. Add an
Silly
extra, Christy. Add an extra boost to your next roll, and we'll count it. Okay. Hey, thanks for the follow. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Cool.
thank you.
Chaotic one.
Chaotic one. Welcome. We're
You
glad
came
to-
to the right
That
place.
seems
Chaotic.
very
One.
appropriate.
Yes.
Well,
very appropriate.
Chaotic one, you are
You're among
in. You are
friends.
among friends here. As chaos ensues in our Star Wars stream every 2 weeks. Yeska, you can. So you get that extra boost. Also, since this is short range, there's only gonna be one purple die to shoot at this guy. And he only has defense against melee attacks, not against ranged. So no setbacks.
Okay. So is that boost you're talking about is my regular accurate one that I have?
No, that's for
Or is
getting a
that the aim?
triumph on initiative.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in that case,
and you
I
get
will add a
accurate
second
one.
boost die
Yep. That's right.
because I'm
'Cause you're-
really eagle-eyed with this thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
Very good.
Okay.
Nice.
Good.
Aiming did literally nothing.
So it is.
Firing from the hip here, you know.
Uh-huh.
It's good. It is Pierce 1, which is good. So that means it ignores 1 soak, so it can only soak 4 of that damage. So it's a total of 10. So he takes 6 wounds as you fire with this pistol as you quick draw.
This is something I was
and
going to
that's-
ask too, because it's going to affect my turn. What does limited ammo mean?
Means that I can only fire once.
And then it's just gone. Like you can't
Then he
do that.
then he has to
Reload.
Then I
reload.
reload.
Yeah.
I have
He has
to
to
use
use an
an
action to
reload.
reload.
Yeah, yes.
That's why I've always described it as like one of those kind of like
Do a lot of really heavy blasting and then do something
I'm
else,
assuming
'cause
it's
that
like
ain't
a
gonna
crossbow situation. Like every time you
gotta
fire, you have to
Right.
reload it.
Mhm.
That's why
Okay.
I've got the little
Yeah.
the kind of like the underslung lever on it that I described. So
Yeah.
I have to use a maneuver to cock it
Yeah.
and reload it.
Okay.
And,
that makes
and
sense.
limited ammo is something you'll see like on a lot of like missile and rocket launchers and grenades. Those
Mhm.
usually have
Okay.
limited ammo, where
Yeah.
it's not like a blaster pistol or something that you can just
But
fire
you-
out of a battery.
You still need to have that.
You
to
can
have
also
it.
get a feat depending on the tree that negates the ammo issue, which is what I have. So
Oh,
it depends.
that's dope.
Yeah,
You put like a magazine on the bottom of it.
basically, yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So that just means like I'm really good, like right in the face of an enemy. Like it'll give me a lot of damage, but then I have to reload. So it's like there's a balance to it.
Okay.
This guard that got fired on by Raven runs up to Tizo and is going to use 2 strain, which is going to cost 2 wounds for this particular individual. Rushes up and is using the strain to change weapons and is getting out this Diro and comes up to you and tries to jab it into your side.
I will
To
take
whom,
another.
sorry?
I will take another strain, and he has a upgrade on the
Upgrade.
difficulty.
You got it. So this is gonna be 2 with an upgrade, and 2 no setback. That's correct.
No setback. No.
Okay, so let's see. What do I have available? I'm gonna go ahead and use a dark side point and upgrade mine.
Okay.
Are you good with that?
I will not this time.
Not this
Yeah, I
time?
will not this time. You're
Okay.
you're good.
So here comes the Diro, and let's see how it does. Yeah, they don't have any boost, I don't think.
God.
Oh, oh, this is interesting.
Crit City.
Okay,
Venom?
so it jabs into your side. You can feel this blade like sink in, this cold metal. It's 5 wounds, soakable.
Yep. Which I have to take.
Okay.
Oh wait, yeah, it's soakable. So I take 2.
It is soakable.
Forgot
Yes.
about that.
Because of your soak. Advantage is going to be used to pass a boost to the next NPC, And I'm not gonna crit with the Triumph. I'm gonna activate the Venom quality.
Okay, cool.
And it injects Venom into your bloodstream. I am going to share with you what Bear Sloth Venom does.
Oh, great.
Oh no.
Good.
I'm going to show to all players.
This is stuff we made a bomb out of.
Yep.
You know what?
Yep.
I can't. What it does is it basically makes
turns
it
you into a.
for basically okay. You do get to try to resist.
Okay.
You have to make a resilience check. The difficulty is 4 purple dice.
God, I'm awful at this.
You do get a chance to resist.
A resilience check.
Resilience check with 4 purple dice.
You know,
Man, go suck out the poison.
I'm going to use a light side to upgrade.
You may, yes.
I don't know if it's gonna help, but hopefully.
Let's hope.
It's actually a good thing you didn't use the light side point
Roll.
before, because then you wouldn't have been able to.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no.
Okay, so here's what this means.
Okay.
Oh, it causes an immediate crit. But
Oh God.
but,
Okay.
Yikes.
but instead of rolling on the table, you automatically suffer this critical injury. It's called Racking Venom. It's a hard, so it's 3 purple to relieve yourself from. Whenever
Okay.
this character would otherwise suffer 1 or more wounds or strain, the character suffers 2 wounds or strain instead.
God, that's terrible for my character because I strained myself so much.
It doubles your strain and wounds.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And he would need to roll a check against 3 purples to get rid of the
To
Wait, was it
get
3 or 4?
rid
I thought it
of-
was 4.
hard is
And is
3.
that a
3 purple.
is that an action or a maneuver to try and get rid of it?
That would be an action to make like a medicine check.
He
to
just
try to get-
loses the turn to try and get rid of this.
Well, someone else would lose a turn probably because it would probably take somebody else It'd be better for somebody else to try to heal him than him try to heal himself. Because it'd be really hard for him to do that. How's he gonna suck the poison out?
I can't reach it.
Unless it's like on my arm or something. But how do you have me there?
can't do it.
This is the moment that Nico looks over at Dr. Tran and just pats him on the back.
We're just getting stung, bro.
Okay. Then
This is your
another
tattoo.
group of NPCs gets to go. This group of guards just moves up a little bit closer, and they're all gonna shoot collectively at Dran. This is like a minion group, so it's gonna be 1 roll. So they're just gonna fire at Dran.
Okay.
Let's see. It'd be 2 purple for distance. Any black dice? Am I adding Dran?
No.
Okay. So since that's happening, I'm gonna go ahead and spend a dark side point, and I'm gonna upgrade my attack.
All right.
He's just vicious.
I see how it is, Michael. I
Michael's
see how it is.
gunning for a TPK tonight. That's what's happening.
I was like, you know what? They haven't had a challenge in a while. Let's turn up the heat a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah.
So here
He
comes
is on. We're boiling.
here comes the slug throwers as they just all fire like and fires. Oh, and hits. So that's 6
Okay.
damage.
5, 6.
Soakable.
Okay, I soak some of it.
But they do suffer
Okay.
a point of strain, which will be wounds for one of them. So yeah, trying to hit you has caused them some stress. Now we got 2 PCs in a row. The last 2 PCs.
Dran, if you don't mind, I would like to jump in front of you.
All right. I gotta prepare my
yeah.
stuff anyway.
I am going to draw a circle, Michael, and I want you to tell me if this circle is possible.
Okay.
That's not a circle. That's the opposite of a circle.
Yeah, no, that's not.
That's not a circle.
I will tell you that you need to go sign up and take another geometry class.
You go back to kindergarten.
I don't know why they don't. It's not giving me no.
Oh, if you hold, is it
Oh,
control
oh,
or
It's like
shift?
control
yeah.
or something like that. Yeah.
There you go. I knew it was one of them, and I was like, "Yep, this is not it." Okay.
I liked it because
so-
everybody was anticipating this circle like appearing on the screen, so we're all like waiting, and then all of a sudden there's a rectangle there. It's like,
We're
So
gonna draw a
That
circle
word.
triangle.
is that this more of an oval? Is that possible? Of one range, or is that two different ranges?
what are you trying to do?
Well, my goal was to, because I would obviously probably have to get up to Yeska, so I use my maneuver for that. And then I would like to do something I should have done a long time ago when we were going against a multitude of people. I would like to throw off one of my 2 stun grenades.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would have been useful.
Stunning.
Let me see. I think they have a blast quality on them.
Yeah, blast 8.
Blast 8. What does that mean?
From what the weapon has a large spread, an explosive blast, or a similar area of effect. Like the detonation of a grenade or a warhead fire, if the attack is successful, the blast quality activates. Each character, friend or foe, engaged with the original target suffers damage equal to the blast rating, plus the additional wounds per successes.
Okay.
Ooh.
So what I'm reading is you have to target an individual, so to speak, to be throwing this grenade in the direction.
Yeah, and anybody engaged in that
anyone
area.
engaged with that area. Engaged means like within 5 feet, basically. So you can't
Okay.
like throw the grenade in the middle of your circle and hope to hit all those people. You have to kind of pick a person and say, that's where I want it to land at his feet. And then if they got people like right around them, those people might get affected.
So is there
Yeah,
a
I'd
way
say
I can
pick
throw
that-
it where I would avoid
That guard.
friendly targets?
Your best bet,
Because it seems like
would-
everybody's kind of engaged with
yeah,
somebody.
your best bet is right where they're pinging down there at the bottom, where Christie's pinging.
Right down here.
I think that top group might be a
Or-
little bit
or
out of
over there.
range because I think grenades are short.
Yeah, because
Okay.
yeah, short
Yeah.
range. I was about to move up.
Yeah,
So,
so
I'll hit that. I'll hit one of them with this.
yeah, and basically if you hit
And-
one, if I guess if you hit it, it said it activates automatically. It doesn't
If I
need
hit,
advantage.
then it gets 8 damage, so it takes the 8 damage plus however many successes, and then they all take that same damage.
Nice. Okay, perfect.
Cool.
It's going to
and
be
then-
2 purple dice, I believe, for a grenade.
Yes, short range, ranged attack, and then I am going to
Is it 2 or
upgrade.
is it 1?
How
Okay,
you
yeah.
throwing this? Are we talking baseball, softball?
I am actually story-wise, I am rolling
Yeah.
up to Yeska's back while he's fighting this captain, and I'm just going to like underarm it behind me and hope that I hit.
Like behind your back?
Yeah, just like using your back as like slight cover. I'm just gonna toss it and hope that you don't get hit with it. That. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna upgrade it with the light point. There's that. There's no like setbacks or anything on anybody.
Nope, not for this.
Okay. Here we go.
I don't think they can defend against a grenade blast. It's like,
Here we go. Yes.
Nice.
Oh,
So 8, 9, 10, 11. So it has a couple of qualities that happen that I will use my advantage for. Oh wait, I have to have at least 2
I
for
think
the.
you have to have 2 to activate anything extra. Yeah.
Darn it. Okay, then
But the
It's
blast,
just the blast
so the blast 8
happens.
happens. So everybody within that vicinity takes 8 plus 3,
11.
stun
Yeah.
damage. Okay.
Yep.
Does that include me at all, or is
Um,
I'm on the outside edge of that?
So as this blast happens, and there's this just like weird like blue lightning energy that seems to zap out and wrap around these 3 guards over on the side. You watch them all start going, and they all 3 plop down on the floor and are unconscious.
Nice.
Yes.
wow.
There's a reason why I only have 2 of those.
You're very good, apparently.
Yes.
Wow.
And this was against a minion group, so they didn't have a lot of wounds strain threshold as it is. So that was a good play.
Good job.
as they are
Yeah,
out.
Well
we
done.
needed that. We needed that.
Yeah,
But
But
definitely.
now Dran has a window to get over and suck that venom out.
Speaking of Dran, I
here,
believe it's
doctor.
your turn.
Preparing my block guard. What's that, Michael?
Oh, it's your turn.
All right, how many range bands am I from Tizo?
You are 2 range bands away. You'd have to
Okay, then
move
I'm gonna
from
have to take
medium
some
to
strain to
short,
get
then
there.
short to engaged up there.
I'm gonna do that. So I'm just gonna like run through the crowd like ah!
As they're going like this and like falling over, Dran is just like sprinting through everybody.
Yep. Doing my Mon Calamari swoop to get up next to Tizo. Now,
Very elegant.
Yes, MG,
Graceful.
yes.
now,
Great.
I have an item that I bought in the jungle called I think I bought it.
Antidote.
called Arbuinian Antivenom.
Oh,
I got 2 of them.
We got the Endovenoms.
You
We got
do.
those.
You do.
So, could I just like take one of them and administer it to Tizo? Is that how that works?
Yes, you
Like,
can.
like an EpiPen.
I want you to make a medicine check, okay?
I totally forgot we got those.
I did too. I did too.
I want you to make a medicine check, and
okay.
you can use your med pack if you want to, like.
Okay, I
if you
will.
wanna
Yeah.
use, if you want to use like the syringe from
Clean,
in there,
clean the wound a little bit. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I mean, this will be like kind of
You
like
know,
a split
put some
second thing.
Bacta
Like
on
you're
it.
just because there's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's like a fight going on, and you're just like jamming a syringe
Yeah.
in the Tizo.
Ow.
What's
Right in the
my
heart.
risk on this thing? What's my risk?
2 purple dice,
2 purple.
and because I like to share the love, I'm gonna use a dark
Yeah.
side
Oh,
point.
of course.
And I'm gonna add to the difficulty by upgrading it 1 for you. You're welcome.
Okay. Do I have to go click upgrade to make sure that it goes through? Or
you have to click. You have to
Cool.
click your
Yeah,
upgrade.
you have to
And then
upgrade.
I'm going to also then try to bring the
Bring the
the
force,
force
into
on my
balance.
side here,
You got it.
Yes.
so that I can. Oh, I don't do well at these rolls though.
But you have a medical degree, right?
Oh wait! I forgot.
First
I
aid?
forgot. That critical is a 3 purple, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a 3.
Oh,
yeah, it was 3
yeah.
purple.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to
Even
add
with
another.
the anti-venom.
Yeah, even with the. Well, hold on a second. Let me double check that anti-venom. Good point. You know what? Drop it back down to the purple because the anti-venom isn't specifically like the difficulty for you to get rid of the venom because you have the anti-venom. Take that purple away. This is just
So
to
it's
make
just
sure you
subject
can
to
get
you?
up to him and administer this like in the heat
Oh,
of
so
this
it's
moment.
0 purple.
Oh, it'd be 2 purple
0 purple
because
then, right?
2.
would be
Purple. Okay,
it'd be
okay,
2.
okay.
So go ahead. You can just make that check.
Alrighty.
And if you
doing
succeed,
that.
if you get any successes, it will
Wait,
wipe that
wait.
clean.
I didn't use my advantage, so add a blue die to your roll.
Oh, true. Yep.
Okay.
The way MG just made, like that's gonna help.
It's like, what?
Anything else before I roll here? Okay.
You
Oh
got
my
it.
god,
No.
Doctor! Come on!
You give so many lollipops. You give so many lollipops.
Doctor, no time for these lollipops right now, okay?
Doctor,
We're in
no!
the middle of a fight.
Okay, so his whole mouth is filled with lollipop sticks.
He just throws like 10 of them at me, like,
Okay, Dran, how do you make 7 advantages worthwhile in this situation?
Holy shit!
Well,
Wow.
God.
I will say that the next person to try to, I've got it like all teed up. The next person to try to do this is gonna have a really easy time with it. Everything they probably just have to like push a needle in further or something.
I got another thought too, since you got so many.
Yeah.
You did not waste the dose.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
So it's still there, it's still ready to go.
Perfect. Brilliant.
The syringe is in your arm, but nobody
If you-
pushed
yeah.
the drum
If you'd
down.
like, if you'd like to,
What the hell?
you could also with that, you still have, I would say you still have 1 or 2 advantages. You can either pass a boost to somebody else or pass just one.
Yeah,
forward. Your choice.
I'll pass one forward and ask everyone to keep him distracted. I need a little longer here.
Fair?
That's
Tizo, don't move too much, okay?
I can't promise that.
Whoa.
Last NPC group
That hurt.
is not very happy about all this that's going on up here next to Marcolf. So this group of guards is going to swing over next to Dran while Dran is trying to heal Tizo. And they are going to suffer 2 strain as well to switch weapons, and they're going to try to jab Dran with their Deros.
Oh god.
Okay, bring it on.
See how agile you are.
So, that's 2 purple. Dran, any black on this, or upgrades, or anything like that?
No, I've got nothing. All I have is soak.
Okay, well, you got to soak. Okay, so in that case, then
We
I'm
need to
gonna
get the
go
boys some armor.
dark side point,
Yeah.
and we're gonna upgrade our attack once,
Ugh.
just to go ahead and juice things up a bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and roll as they try to. Oh wait, let's make sure it's minion group set. It is.
They're getting like 8 successes.
Here comes their Deros. They try to jab you, and they
Oh!
miss.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh, as they try to attack. Advantage.
I'm working over here,
advantage.
okay?
they just like
Okay.
angels in the outfield, like bumble over each other.
Here's what I'm
I
gonna
got
say.
it. No, I got it.
Um,
Stab you with a syringe.
I'm gonna cash
that
the
one.
3 advantages in from these guys to say that because of their positioning, if you guys try to attack at Gel Marcolf from over on the other side of the room, if you have no way to get around them, you'll add additional setback to your attack because they're kind of blocking your way.
Alright.
Okay, and that'll end their turn.
I,
PCs.
I-
Top of round 2.
I would like to jump in front of everybody if you all don't mind, because
As long as I can go next, I'm fine with that.
I would suggest either Nico or Dran finish.
to do this.
I don't
I
want to
would-
take
the
another attack
treatment.
from the lightsaber wielder, so
I
as long
would
as I go with
prefer-
the first 2, I'm fine.
I kind of prefer if me and Nico could take those slots, because I want you to be able to attack and not lose your strain. But
Well, I
plan
can attack.
on.
I'm gonna use loose strain anyways, more than likely.
Okay, then I'm just gonna
It doesn't matter.
go now and throw my second stun grenade
Okay.
at the group.
Oh god.
The other
Will that
group.
hit me?
Yes.
Are you hitting this one?
Yeah, the thing is that even if I hit that one, it's gonna hit all
Yeah.
5 of
the
those
way-
people.
And the way minion groups work is they are a unit. So if you attack the minion group,
so it will hit.
Dran and the other
Everybody.
guard will also be engaged as well. So you will hit.
Okay.
That
But
could
the thing
take
is that it
Tizo
could
out, couldn't
potentially
it?
take the.
No,
takes
it won't. It
all
won't
of
hit
them out.
Tizo. It won't hit Tizo.
Thank god.
Okay,
It'll
as
only
long as it
hit
doesn't hit
Dran and that
Tizo.
other guard. Yeah.
It'll hit
Oh,
the
okay,
guard
only
and
hit
the guard
Dran.
captain.
Jen, you're not poisoned. We'll come
You
help.
got this.
I have
You got
stims.
this.
I got you.
Can-
As
can-
Dran's
can I
holding
get
this syringe,
stunned? Can he,
dodging
like,
attacks.
Can he like?
Yeah.
Can he like reflexively push?
Yeah, as he's getting electrocuted,
If it. If
Wait,
this,
how rough are you, Dran? How rough are you?
Are you
I'm
bad?
fine.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Fine.
He's
I'm
got one
doing
little
it.
bullet hole.
I
in
mean,
his
it's only
shoulder.
11 strain on the
Keep in
first
mind
hit.
that I often have needles and scalpels near your neck, okay?
I'm gonna use the light because I definitely need it right now.
All right, you can upgrade.
Yeah.
You're throwing the grenade then? You gonna do it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna throw my last grenade.
I would
at them.
say-
I'm already in short, or do I have to?
I
move?
would say you'd probably have to get right in front of Yeska to do it. So you have to like kind of pop in front of Yeska and
great.
just click the button on the stun grenade and then toss it.
This is great. So okay, wonderful. We're all in danger now. I'll click it and throw.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, eight.
Oh wait, you didn't put
That's
any
it.
difficulty.
So-
you didn't put any difficulty. in
Oh
there.
wait,
yeah,
wait,
no
wait. That was 2.
No.
Let me just roll that,
Yeah,
and then
so
I'll.
you're gonna have to roll those 2 purple, and we'll see what
me do
cancels
this.
out.
This and then roll.
Oh,
So it's a wash.
So you have-
So it's a
you have
wash.
one
You have
advantage.
one advantage.
One
One
yeah.
advantage.
One advantage.
So it fizzles. What happened? I don't understand.
I
what
would say
happens
it
to
probably
So it just
the
doesn't go
grenade
off?
probably doesn't go off. It probably
Just
malfunctions.
rolls.
Yeah, it just kind of rolls
was a
across. It's a dud
Just hold the
grenade.
pin.
I didn't press the button.
It's slipped.
I will, however, use that advantage to. It's going to Dran. I
Okay.
will give it to the next person.
Okay, the next person. So we have another PC in line as Nico's
Or
turn ends.
it will go to Tizo.
Oh.
The
Tizo.
Tizo wanted it, right?
I would really, because I don't want to take another attack
Yeah.
from the lightsaber person.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
Yeah.
at least.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Do what
can
you
you
need
can
to
see
do.
Gel's
Get him.
pretty roughed up, but he's got a little smirk on his face that he saw that Diro jab right into your back, and then when you went, he was like, "Yes, I've got him."
Okay, so as maneuver, I'm going to use a thing that I haven't gotten to use before.
Ooh.
Precise
okay.
aim makes me. I use a maneuver, and when I attempt a combat check, I suffer a number of strain, a number equaling to the rank of this. So I take 1, so plus 1, so 2 technically.
Yeah.
And it decreases the target's defense by 1, or by the number of ranks in this. So
Oh, yeah. So you're bypassing a defense.
yeah, basically.
Okay. Okay. So
So I gain 2 strain.
and so instead of adding a black setback to an attack against Gel Markov, you'd add 0 setback.
Basically, yeah. And it's 2 purple, right?
2 purple. And since
Okay.
if you're attacking Gale, is that what you're doing?
Yes, I'm attacking him.
Yeah.
Two
Well, I got to
upgrades.
use the dark side. I'm gonna upgrade it plus 2
3
upgrades. So it's 3.
I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use 1 too.
All right. All right.
All right. So then, I attack. Whew.
Nice.
Oh, thank
And I
God.
get a
Yes.
guarantee
Derek.
2 because he's still marked for death.
Yes.
So I will use that to activate the linked property again.
and attack
Yes.
twice.
Attack. So it takes 20 damage.
Oh my lord.
He is going to try. I don't know if it's mathematically possible, but he's going to suffer 3 strain to use his parry talent to reduce it by 5.
So
So
it's
if he tries to
15?
parry, so
Takes
he's going to
15?
take 15 points of
Unsoakable.
unsoakable damage. Tizo, go ahead and describe how Gale Markov goes down.
Yes.
Okay. So with the first strike, I will basically just punch him in the face and deactivate my lightsaber also.
Yeah.
Put my hand behind his neck and say, "You are a disgrace," and reignite it. Right, the lightsaber goes straight through his chest. And just let him walk around.
Yeah, he walks around for just a moment, like stumbling, as he's looking down at this massive wound, cauterized wound, and then he like falls into his throne, and the lightsaber in his hand deactivates and rolls across the floor and bumps into your left foot.
And then I'm done.
I'm gonna take a point of conflict watching that.
I just feel this overwhelming sense of pride. I'm just like, my man.
So we can take. So we got an NPC slot coming up next. We do have 2 NPC slots that would come off the board, so I'm going to take 2 off for Gale and that other. So we got 2 NPC slots coming up. You can see as Gale Markov falls into his throne, it hasn't quite registered with the guards just yet, but you know, like, they might get the idea. The one captain over here isn't even paying attention. He's in combat with Yeska and stuff. So that guard is going to use its maneuver to switch weapons. And take a step. Actually is going to turn towards Nico, since Nico's been throwing all these grenades. And try to jab the Diro into Nico. So that's 2 purple. Any black setback do I add at all? to
Yes,
that?
you do have 1 setback.
1 setback for armor and things. Okay, because I like to share the love, I'm gonna go ahead and flip a dark side point and upgrade the attack on this to you, Nico.
This is the one with the poison, right?
Maybe. Maybe.
Technically, it's a
Because
venom.
I've been seeing this, I'm gonna go ahead and just use it. I need to use it. Yeah,
Okay.
just go ahead and upgrade again.
Back and forth.
Upgrade that difficulty. You got it. Okay, here comes the Diro trying to jab you on the side, and it misses.
Oof, oof.
Nice.
Gonna pass a
Oh,
boost.
I really need that. Okay.
So we got a boost coming up to the next NPC who's going to go. And Tizo, that guard that jabbed you before, seeing this happen, it sees an opportunity as you're getting done with your attack that you just did. It's just going to try to jab you in the back again with that Diro.
I will use the dodge incidental again, so I take 2 more strain.
And it upgrades at once?
It upgrades the difficulty.
Okay, you got it. We won't upgrade the attack on this one this time to make an attack. And a triumph again.
Oh my god!
So much poison.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, good thing about this is this. It can't double affect you. The venom can't double affect you.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
But a triumph
Yeah.
does crit.
Do a crit.
And it automatically hits too, right? 'Cause
It automatically
adds
hits, so
sus.
so that's a total 5 damage. Soakable.
Okay. So I take 2, but then it's +1 from the
No,
venom too,
it would
because
ta-
I'm
you would take
I'm infected already.
It doubles.
Oh, so it doubles.
Mhm.
Okay.
You take 4.
Wait, but then would I take 10 then technically, or does it count after the soak?
Soak
So-
still counts. Yeah.
Okay, so
Soak's
it minus the off the 5 first before doubling it.
before you double it. Yes. Mhm.
Okay,
That's good.
just making sure.
Yep. So
Alright.
I am going to go ahead and crit you with that as
Okay.
well. So
So then I come
this
over
is your,
here.
if this
to
is your
critical
second,
injury.
yeah. If since that crit isn't on the chart, what you're gonna need to do is you might be able to add like a custom crit in there and just call it venom.
Yeah, I was trying to do that, but it wouldn't let me edit it.
It wouldn't
So
let you-
I'm not really sure how to do that.
Okay.
So
Well, just go ahead and do a crit
just
with
I
put
just
it in
have
your
one that's
notes.
unnamed, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just need to make
just
sure it
roll
does a
critical,
plus
right?
10 on your crit. Yeah.
Okay.
For my critical injury that I had,
Mm.
is it just like a one-time?
Oh, I rolled a
thing?
7. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, some of these are just one-time things.
Yeah, some of them are
Yeah.
one time. Yeah. But the crit
So you can
remains.
still have it as a critical.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
the next time you
yeah.
get a crit, it's plus 10 plus that.
Yeah. So you cannot perform a free maneuver on your next turn. So all you can do is an action.
Well, that's annoying for me.
All your stuff
I use
requires
maneuvers all the
time. Okay, so that ends his turn and brings us to a PC.
I'll go next.
Okay.
To this guy trying to stab at Nico. So
Okay.
Yeska wants to, has his gold lightsaber. He wants to kind of move behind him and slash at him.
Okay. That's going to be 2 purple difficulty. And if you're in melee with them, that is 1 black setback.
Okay.
They can actually use their Diros to kind of block attacks when they have them in melee range. Oh, I forgot
Alright,
to...
so that's an automatic.
You guys can watch
advantage
you can watch
that
Markov
I've
on the
got.
screen real quick, Tizo. I forgot to do this for you.
Nice.
There-
Blow.
All right, so here comes the slash.
And
Nice.
That will
Nice.
hit. That will
So
hit.
that's another automatic advantage that I have there.
Yes, so technically
3?
you could add a crit to this if you wanted to.
I think I will.
Let me see something very quickly. Actually, that is actually enough damage to kill him, so you don't have to worry about it. So
Cool.
you can describe,
I just bisect him
bisect him. You got it.
horizontally.
Slash him, and there goes his blood spray as he hits the floor as well from Yeska's
It's a lightsaber.
lightsaber.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
There's no
not
blood.
really. Well, actually,
No
when
fuss, no muss.
when Darth Maul got cut in half in the first movie, there was a spray of
it
blood.
was blood. Yeah.
There was a little
Continuity. I
like
love it.
yeah.
And it pun about his arm or whatever too, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that thing is bleeding.
All right. Is there anything else
What
you can
is
do,
continuity?
Yeska, on your
Who
turn?
is she?
Guess I will.
Yeah, you technically have those 3 advantages because you didn't need to crit.
Right.
Across from you, you see anime Nico.
I guess I'll pass on my advantage to whoever goes next.
Okay. Perfect. Well, you could pass one on and then give somebody one with another 2 if you wanted to, like any person that you wanted to have one.
Dr. Dre.
I'll just say the next one will go to Dran, and then whoever also goes next.
Okay, you got it. What PC
So
would
that means-
Oh wait,
should
hold
go
on, we got it.
next.
We got
So
it.
that means that Dran, if you go, you
I
have
forgot.
2.
I forgot to. I clicked it over before the next NPC. So this group is gonna try to stab Dran again.
Well,
I really hope that stun grenade goes off at the end of this battle.
5 minutes later.
Wait, can I use one of those advantage to trigger that stun grenade?
Oh.
Probably not one advantage. You'd probably
Okay,
have
fair
to. You'd probably have to get a triumph to do that, and you'd have to have
That's
a
fair.
really good explanation on why that stun grenade just now decides to explode.
The guard captain lands on the grenade.
Yep, there you go.
No. That's fine. I'll just send my advantage over to Dran and the next person.
Absolutely, you got it. I'm gonna upgrade mine against you, Dran. If that's okay with you, you know.
oh yeah, fine. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
this is fine.
I don't think we can technically
Michael?
say no,
Sure.
Michael.
Yeah.
No,
I
thank
don't
you.
care who's game,
Thank you
you
for
know?
nothing.
You can pass on that, actually.
They should not give me this much power.
Oh, it's an avocado.
Unlimited power.
All right, here we go, Dran. Oh, and it hits.
Ow.
Oh, that does
no.
hit.
Five's not
fine.
bad, though.
I
Unfortunately,
can soak some of that.
unfortunately, there's no way I can activate the venom quality on this attack. So that's 5 damage.
So unfortunate.
Soakable.
So darn.
Okay, I soak some of it.
Soak
you know.
it,
Ah!
and one advantage is gonna just pass a boost. All right, that brings us to actually, we've got 4. Well, we got the 2 last PCs who haven't gone, and then we're back at the top of the order.
All right.
Dre, go for it. You get all the bonus.
Yeah, I'm fine with you taking the bonus.
Thank you, thank you.
Get all the bonus.
Okay, so I
I
have one
think
for the
Raven's
med
just
pack.
like on her jetpack flying back, just like. All right, boys.
Literally
you
toe
got
tapping
this.
the air.
Yeah.
All right, I get 1 for the med pack. I have 3 that have been passed to me in addition to that.
Yes,
Or
3.
2, right? Yeah.
3.
Yeah, I think there's a lot.
I'm going to put Destiny on my side.
Attaboy.
Please, Doctor.
There
All
you
you
go.
gotta do
Please
is
don't.
push the button.
I just have to
Drop the drum.
Dr.
And then,
Dran,
Michael, are you-
medicine
Are you upgrading me?
I'm
or
good.
anything?
I'm good. I'm gonna stay put.
Okay.
I feel like I've been harassing you guys too much.
Well, there we go. There we go.
All the lollipops.
Oh,
Yeah,
lollipops.
yeah. There's a lot
Your venom crit has been neutralized by the anti-venom as it is injected into your bloodstream, Tizo. You no longer have that
Thank
crit,
God.
and you no longer have that effect.
Cool.
And Adrian, you have 6
Nice.
advantages that you can use.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Luckily, because I was getting high on strain there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I can only effectively use 2 of these. So I'll just I'm gonna pass one explicitly to Tizo.
It's strange, Dran. As
Oh,
you're
okay,
as you're
cool.
looking down, there's a grenade like right under your foot.
Oh God.
Oh God.
And all of a sudden, like, you can see that the red blinker light on it is, like, just faint. Like, it's trying to do something.
What is that? What
Push
if
the
I
button.
tap it with my foot a little bit?
So you're gonna go ahead and give it a little kick? You're gonna give it a little kick?
Give it a little kick, yeah.
Like, kick it away! Kick it away!
You wanna kinda do, like, do you kinda wanna do, like, a back kick where you, like, kick it behind you? Kinda.
Yeah, try to kick it deeper into that crowd of guards there, I suppose.
All right, you do so, and it explodes. Into this torrent of electrical energy that goes flying. Nico, since you have the
feature.
if you have that on your chart, go ahead and roll that for us. Add the 2 purple. Where it automatically hits. I'm just doing this for damage sake.
Okay. Here we go. Oh.
11 damage. Is that right?
8, 9, 10, 11. Yep.
11, and I'm gonna say that Dran, because of that that threat, you suffer 1 point of stun damage, strain.
Okay.
As some of it zaps to you a little bit as it explodes.
A little leftover shock.
Just from your toe, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And that actually takes this whole minion group and knocks them unconscious as they zap and fall to the floor.
Does it hit the guard?
The other guard captain. Oh, it would, because technically,
It's engaged.
well, technically Dran's engaged too.
Will he just take the 1 strand then?
Since he has all those advantages, I will allow it. Stun damage is actually going to be also enough to take this guy and make him unconscious. As they're all
And I didn't
feathers
even
start
be here. Why
flying.
am I here? Why am I here? I didn't even do.
Well, there's more.
Yours are
There's
fine
more
without
coming.
me, clearly.
Yeah, we have more. We have the Imperials to deal with too, Raven.
Maybe they were watching our backs.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Gotcha.
And they are all unconscious or dead on the floor. And I'm going to take us out of encounter right now and into some different kind of music, as tension is
Nico,
still...
don't forget to prime your grenade next time.
We feel strained.
I thought I pressed the button.
Yes,
You pressed the button
I
and you
believe
throw.
what was it, a cool or resilience
Vigilant?
check? Or vigilance?
I think it was
vigilance?
resilience.
I think it's resilience.
Resilience?
Is it resilience or it? Okay.
I thought it was vigilance.
It
but-
might be vigilance. I'm not sure.
Let me double check.
I don't know.
Vigilance or
Okay.
discipline?
I could be wrong. Oh,
Dis-
yeah, or it might have been discipline.
Discipline too.
Discipline.
These
or,
are all valuable. Like they're all
yeah.
valid. I like.
It's confusing because
Stats.
for Shadowrun it's vigilance.
You know,
For
Right-
Star Wars
oh,
it's
that's
discipline.
what I'm getting confused
It was
with.
also
Yeah, I
confusing
think
I thought it was
right.
cool.
Because the beginner
Isn't that
game,
cool?
the beginner game
One-
was
either
different.
or.
That's one thing I want. That
Yeah.
is my one gripe against the
Oh.
beginner game. When we started the beginner game, the rules were
Yeah.
different than they are in the actual book. So
Gotcha.
Okay.
It was like your
It could be
presence.
cool.
Or something.
Yeah.
Or presence, yeah.
Strain. That's a crit. Exceeding wound strain.
Might have been cool.
I think you're real cool.
Weird. I thought it would be on this page.
I do also have the book up right in front of me.
Yeah.
Control
Lip,
F search.
Lip, if you
Yep.
find it, because I'm on the wounds states of health page and I'm not seeing it right this.
I wonder if this is under conflict and combat or something.
Recovering strain. Here we go. It is. You may do a discipline or cool check.
Discipline.
Oh,
or
so
cool?
either
or.
There you go.
Oh.
Yep, either or.
Yeah.
Your choice,
Discipline or
whichever's better
cool.
for your character. Yep.
Now, Michael, can I add that boost to this?
Sure.
Since I have a boost? Sweet.
I'll allow it.
And advantages don't matter in this, right?
Yes, this is just for successes. Yeah.
Okay,
So-
so I heal 3.
And,
One
and
strain?
it's just for strain.
That's all I
yes.
needed.
Mhm.
That's all I needed.
Whoa,
Yeah, you had some setbacks and stuff there, buddy.
sorry.
Yeah, you might want to re-roll that.
Or you could just
Well,
take the 2.
Yeah.
Oh
'cause
no, you take
it
the
wouldn't-
2
it
because
wouldn't
it's
have-
just
it
threat.
It's just
'Cause
threat, so
the-
it wouldn't have canceled.
Yeah, yeah.
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 Wouldn't have canceled your successes. Yeah. Cool. All right. It seems like this area is under control, and you can hear the sounds of war happening outside.
Um,
I will bend down and pick up this individual's lightsaber and
Excellent.
attach it to my belt.
Okay. You clip it to your
you
belt.
all didn't know that I did this beforehand, but I kept a comm link with Adriev the night before, and I will be messaging him back saying the deed is done.
You just see Raven slow turning on her and ready to go to the door. You guys have fun. I've got this. Push it back.
As this happens, you do
I'm
get
gonna
a comm.
stim myself.
You do hear on your comlink back, Adriev, it sounds like there's a lot of action going on behind him. Like you hear blaster shots and pistol fire happening. You hear explosions happening behind him and everything. But he's like, "That's great news. We're pushing them back. Their morale has fallen. It looks like we've done it."
I look to everybody else. Looks like we're turning the tide of this war. I don't know
We
why
go
I
out there
turned
and
to
help.
Clint Eastwood. Definitely turned to Clint Eastwood for some reason.
And, while Raven is coming out of the doorway, like she's jetpacking, hovering out there, Raven, you see the Imperials are walking up the wooden steps, and they are approaching. They haven't gotten to where Nico sent his thing yet. Yeah, they're off in the distance.
I hold my fire. I hold my fire because I want to see this.
And it looks like they're heavily armed. It looks like they are also showing some wear and tear, as if they were caught in kind of like the middle of this too. And you can see they're like marching quicker. They're like, we need to get.
Can I try and bait them? Can I try and bait them by flying up and say, "Come get me, boys," and like try and get them to run up
Absolutely,
through this
yes.
trap?
Of course.
Right into the trap.
Make a vigilance check for me.
Oh boy.
And I am going to actually give you an easy difficulty on this of 1 purple dice. Because of everything that's going on right now in this environment.
All right, can I upgrade this bitch?
You may. Hmm?
I will do so.
So many destiny points used in this one
We
session.
fire them away today. Oh, yes.
Works.
How can I turn that 2 threat into... Okay.
You run out of jet fuel.
Running out of jet fuel. No, that's exactly what I was
Wow! Leave my jetpack alone! She's properly
sorry, I'm
maintenance! She's my baby!
Here's what happens.
I never said anything.
As you do this and they run off, you notice that the woman grabs a hold of the shoulder of like what looks to be like a commander of a stormtrooper. Kind of pulls him back a bit and points to the other stormtroopers with her and sends them off double pace. They have stopped, but they sent all the other stormtroopers up and in pursuit.
I'm fine with this.
And just about that time, you guys all get to the door to witness in all its glory Nico's massive explosive that he has set at the steps. And this thing is like, the stormtroopers are running. There's 8 of them. They're charging up. Well, actually, there's probably more like 9. They're running up. They're charging up, and then just disappear into this massive fiery explosion. Wood from the steps goes flying everywhere. Rope just starts to dangle off to the side. You see one of the stormtroopers' helmets goes flying on fire through the air, probably 300 yards to the right. It goes shooting up, just thick black smoke, and beyond it you hear a scream. And you can see that because of the explosion, it let go of the bridge, and the woman who was standing behind and the stormtrooper captain are falling off of this thing as it just lets it go.
Yes.
And they just disappear as they scream.
Well, damn.
I think it worked.
Wow.
I'll give
I didn't
Nico a
do
pat on the
shit.
back. That was
This might have
well
been my
done.
easiest job I've ever taken.
I send a comlink message to Adrian. The other job is done.
You get a response. Well, that was quick.
Yeska is deafened from this blast and like turns to Nico. I think you used too much explosive.
I don't understand the phrase.
Too much.
I think it was just enough, Nico.
Explosive.
Well done, boys.
So,
Done.
and you can start to hear that combat and battle seems to be dying down. You hear that occasional, like, last couple shots, happening back and forth throughout the Koalas. But it seems as if you can see there's different areas of smoke plumes, like, billowing up in different areas. There was definitely a lot of battle taking place below you while this was all going on. But it seems to have dissipated. And you guys are here, and I guess you would probably make your way back down to find the Helshars, Pathrin, who led the attack from below.
Well, I
Could we search
think we would need to search
for the thingy?
Gel's
Kyber,
body
the Kyber crystal.
to look for that Kyber crystal thing we're after. That's why we're here.
Oh, that's right.
Sure,
Yeah.
and all of you can go
Is
ahead
that
and
in
make,
his-
MG, did you forget?
Yeska and Tizo, it would probably be it'd be obvious for everybody who has a lightsaber. Lightsabers require Kyber crystals.
Right.
You have a sneaking suspicion.
Oh, so I have it then.
So you have it with
It
this.
probably was in his lightsaber.
Okay, so we
I
have it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's why I was asking, like, is it in the saber, or is there another one that we're not aware of? But
There's other things in this
when I was
manner.
when I was taking the lightsaber, I would have checked his body for anything else.
right.
Like, useful.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
And I would
wouldn't have went anywhere else.
I would probably stay by the door just in case they come and start shooting across at us, and tell the boys to just do a quick search of the hall, and I'll hold position here while they do that.
Yeska goes to admire the chair.
Okay.
Wow.
It's a pretty nice chair.
Yes.
You guys do
Is it comfy?
doing a very quick search of this area yields 100,000 credits.
Oh, thank
What?
God!
What?
Thank God!
Jesus.
I can do my mods.
Okay.
I can afford my
Okay.
gadgeteer shit.
I definitely think we need to get Drant more armor
Yeah,
also.
and when you guys were walking around, you realize this guy has been taking most of what Koalas gets and keeping it to himself. It was for him.
Damn, it's the people
So is that
money.
is that money that
Yeah.
we should be taking?
But you can
No.
give them the money and take the parts.
Take some of it as payment.
I still want
I
money to
think-
upgrade my guns and shit.
I feel like
How about let's take a quarter of it as
yes,
payment.
I feel
for
like
help.
a portion should go to us for all of the help in the dying and whatnot.
Yeah,
But
I don't do
is
this
the
shit
money
for free.
the people.
Yes.
I
I think a
I
quarter of
that
it
would
is
be
perfectly
fair.
fine.
I think that would be fair.
All right.
So what is that? 25,000.
25,000.
I'm just gonna. We have a group fund, right? I'm just gonna
Oh,
let that go in there.
Jamoy.
Do we?
I don't know. I'm assuming we do. Probably on one of the ships. So
We have not been telling him about the group money.
Yeah. Wait, you guys have a group fund?
what? I mean, wait, no.
I'm just putting it here so we don't forget.
Almost out of
There we go.
bandages here.
So you guys
Also,
make your
Michael,
way.
I would like to take his armor if that was okay.
Sure.
I know it has a big hole in it right now.
yeah, you
but
probably have to. Yeah,
I'm
during
gonna
some
repair that,
downtime, you
but-
could repair it. Yeah,
Frisk
But
him
it's-
out of it so he's
yeah.
just
We could
naked.
repair it.
I think
Yeah.
it's. I'll double check the stats on it when we're off stream, but I'm pretty sure it might be like +2 soak, +1 defense. I think.
Yeah, I think
for
it's
full
better
raise.
than mine.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Good idea,
Mm.
since you're always up in front for
Mhm.
engaged combat. So
hmm
that'd be a good idea for you. You need to get Dran some armor too.
Yeah, no, yeah, we
Yes.
definitely need to get Dran some armor.
Couldn't hurt.
Yeah,
So
that's what this money's going for.
You guys
upgrades.
have recollected with the group. It seems that some of the Sitharian guards, once they were overrun, they gave up, set down their arms, and have either been taken prisoner or have pledged allegiance back to either the Tumris or Helshar families.
How convenient.
In the
Ooh.
wake. Yes. How
I was only
convenient.
following orders.
That's right. That's right. That's
Basically,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, we all know how that
Yeah,
happens.
yeah,
What happens
yeah.
when that happens?
Yep. It seems
Shady.
like and you can tell as this ends there is still tension because both the Tumorous and the Helshar families believe that it's their right, it's their Satharian right to lead this city.
I actually, before doing anything else, I would like to pull Dran aside for a quick second,
Okay.
and I say, "So, Dran, you remember that conversation we had, yeah?
Yeah.
I genuinely do believe that you know the type of Jedi you want to be. I am going to hand him a set of ignition drives for a certain ship. And I'm going to say, I think you should take good care of that piece of junk. And I'm going to actually give him my armor as well. And I go to the rest of the group and walk over and say, I think you guys are going to need a little bit of talking. You know, take turns speaking your minds, getting everything out on the table. Lucky for you all, I happen to be a pretty good negotiator. So, let's head back up to that throne, fix up some things around here, and have a few conversations.
Okay.
About what?
Were you addressing the whole group, Nico, or were you addressing the
the
Helshar and
The hair
Turmeric?
share and
Yeah.
the
He
turmeric.
Yeah, he kind of turned his back to you
Oh,
guys.
I understand.
And was like telling them, I think I can help you. And they seem to be accepting to this. Whether they're still nursing wounds from the last time, but they basically want peace. Both sides do want peace, but they're just not sure the right way to do it. And they're stubborn. They, for many, many years, all they ever did was fight about who should be in charge. So that's all they know. Until recently, when, you know, the Jedi came and said, oh, you know what, we can be mediators, and then that turned into a catastrophe.
I will clarify in that situation.
I'm not the new. It's not me. I'm a different one entirely.
But one thing, Nico. Yeah. Go ahead.
I would say to Adria, it's important you should know that I'm strictly doing this as your assistant. I have no claims here. I'm merely a third opinion voice. I will have no stakes in the politics of this town.
He looks at you, Nico, and says, You're different than the others.
Yeah, it's just tentacles.
That's
Wow.
it's not exactly what I was going for.
Not what I meant, but you're not wrong, but not what I meant.
So maybe while you're here, you can talk to me a little bit about this force, too. Because I feel as if there's something about you that... I don't know. I can't explain it. It's different for what I've ever felt before, but you don't feel like Gel Marcolf in your aura. I sense peace in you.
I look over to Yeska, and also I look over to Tizo as well, and I say,
I'm definitely doing the best I can to be the best version of myself.
Yeska will put his hand on his shoulder and the other shoulder, and I give him the Chiss farewell, which is a kiss on both sides of his face. And I say, I'm proud of you. I know that whatever path you take, it will be the right one.
That's
And then
really
for the-
weird, I have to say.
For the final part of the Chiss goodbye, he gives him a little slap.
There it is.
Just like a little.
It was one of those awkwardly timed ones too, where like you shared this moment and just stared at him after you said that, and then
And then he just goes.
and walks away.
Goodbye.
I will walk up to him and I will give him a hug, and I will whisper into his ear, "Now don't make me come back here. Don't turn into Markov." And as I move back away, you see just a smirk on his face, to where you don't know if he's telling that he would actually come back and kill you or not if you turned into this.
So whatever
So,
you did.
you take that as you will.
Oh boy. Nemo, he just kind of inches over to Raven, and he says,
I think it goes without saying, but can you make sure that you all don't kill everybody?
Says the
Yeah, I think we can manage a little bit of discipline.
Oh, and
here. And you see that he kind of gives you a couple of things. Gives you back a screwdriver that he found in your bag.
That's mine, thank you.
It gives you a couple of creds that definitely were yours. As a matter of fact, this is specifically the money that was in the warehouse he gives back to you. He also will hand you the Vibra sword that he kept with him. That he stole from the museum.
That Sith sword.
Oh, okay.
Just
Yeah.
like bag of stolen stuff.
All
What's
of
all
the
this
stolen
coming?
stuff. And he says,
I'll keep checking in with you over time.
You better.
I want to make sure that these things do some good.
And Nico.
Yeah.
I know we don't always see eye to eye when it comes to the ship, but
That's because you're on a jetpack and I kind of will.
you're a little bit reckless, but we'll go into that anyway. I was trying to say that even though I don't always agree with you, you always do the right thing. And I'm going to miss you.
I'll be around. Just find a big tree and you'll know where I'll be.
Yeah, we'll find you if we need you.
I'll kind of pat everybody else on the back.
Don't be a stranger.
Absolutely not. You all should make your way back. It's going to get pretty dangerous out there.
As they were talking and he pulls out the sword, I'm just gonna lean over to Dran and Yeska and be like, "Where was he hiding that sword?"
I don't even know.
You don't
So,
want to
do
know.
I want to touch this? Thank God I'm wearing gloves. It's fine. We're good. I'm wearing gloves.
Now it's telling secrets, everybody. Now it's telling secrets.
I mean, as the game master, I assumed he left that on the ship somewhere. I had no idea he was carrying that thing around with him.
I said I was not sure what we were gonna go up against in this tree, so I definitely had it as an equipment item.
So
I don't want to know.
as you guys take this, you guys take this moment, sharing it with Nico. As you see, that Nico feels that it is the Force is pulling him to help the city of Koalas to overcome this tragic event. And we fast forward a bit as you guys are making your way, exiting the town, making your way back.
May the force be with you, Nico.
Oh, did you want, Duran, did you want to take a moment?
I just yell it on the way out. No, I just yell it on the way out.
Oh,
I'm gonna change everything about the Phoenix. See you back soon.
oh, great! Now I have to deal with him on the pilot seat. Oh no! Oh,
we
no.
changed
It's a
changed
whole
the
new
PH
demon
to
out
an
there.
F.
Yeah.
Oh damn!
You should have, yeah.
Don't stay away too long.
F-E-E-N-I-X.
Oh,
Phoenix.
Yep.
Phoenix.
Yeah. So you guys are,
Some rims on it.
you guys make your way back through the forest, and our camera catches the top of the canopy as these spacecraft lift off. You can see the extended blue light engines of the Phoenix firing up. As I'm assuming is Tizo, is your little ship attached to the Phoenix?
I think it was, yes.
Okay, so it's kind of attached to the bottom.
And I also have
And
the
your-
scout ship.
The
I
scout
believe.
ship, yeah, rises up, painted jet black, and our ships all of a sudden, the engines begin to glow brighter, and within a split second, disappear into the blue of the horizon of the sky. And that is where we're going to end our episode tonight. Star Wars Force and Destiny. Well done, everyone.
Nice.
Well done.
Fantastic, y'all.
Woo.
Fantastic game.